Do doodaloo, do diddaloo, diddaloo. Hello, Colin. What might you be reading?
The Bucks Fizz fanzine.
Well, I am drinking. It's not a trophy, it's a cup, and it says League Two promoted. Dons are going. Just in case anyone's forgotten.
Yeah.
We're promoted, mate. We're promoted, and more to come on that, and a little later.
Really?
A lot more to come on that.
I'll put that away with my fanzine cupboard.
It was a tough read. You're still not sure what's going on, so you're making your mind up, right?
Yeah.
We're in good moods. We're in a good mood tonight.
In case you don't know, the Dons are going up.
In case you don't know, promoted.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Anyway, before we go on, I will say, if you haven't got yourself a T-shirt for the League Two promotion, make sure you get yourself down the club shop and buy one. If not, get yourself online because there's plenty of merch online.
I wonder if they've got any Champions T-shirts that they can't.
Less said about that, the better, Cole. We'll leave that bus parked, shall we?
Okay.
But what I will say is, again, these mugs, as I say, League Two promoted, Dons are going up, promoted on the back, like the T-shirt a little bit. They are an online special, as is. Now, everyone who watches this knows me and my Guinness. Can't have a show without a Guinness. Your special Guinness mug, MK Dons branded. So even if you're a collector of the glass.
Can you put that up again?
I could put it back up. There you go, MK Dons branded.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Get them online. They're online exclusive. You can't get them in the shop, but they have been selling like hotcakes, not just to Dons fans, Cole, but to Guinness fans as well. So our name is getting out there in the world of collectors' items now.
Are these items product placement?
Not at all. Not at all. I've purchased everything, and I've purchased this as well. We earn our hard up. We're
working hard for that. We're working hard for that deal, aren't we?
One day, Cole. One day, I'm sure.
One day we'll make it.
Until then,
we'll make it invested. We'll make it to the big time.
We're fully invested. And also your red Dons Unplugged caps and more merchandise. Stay tuned because believe you and me, Colin is sitting down. Start the next season. We're not just going to have the hats to give away. We're going to have our own Dons Unplugged merchandise shop.
I don't believe it.
Kid you not.
I don't believe it.
We'll have a QR code on screen, and you can. We're not going to do set prices. We're not going to rip people off. It's going to be reasonable. If people want stuff, just cover the postage. We'll be fine. Anyway, more to come on that next season. But tonight,
I want everybody to remember that.
Good.
Yeah, we're
reasonable cost. Reasonable cost. Anyway,
we're here.
We are here
for the last time.
Well, not for the last time. For the last time this season of regular shows, we may be back before August for a special.
Yeah, I mean, we have had a little talk with somebody, and they said
I've had a little talk with. Hold on, quite a few people at the moment.
Yeah, but they said that they might do some sort of kit launch on here, didn't they?
They might do some kit launches. There may be some merchandise, soft and hard launches. Maybe, Cole. There'll be a few legends of the club that may
or may not
that may be able to make it on, but diary dependent. We're still waiting on dates. Could be a summer special coming up. Just going to leave it there. Keep your eyes peeled. Of course, we'll plug it, excuse the pun, when we're ready to. But the things are in the works, Cole. Things are in the works. Believe it or not, I've run it on my own. It's fine.
Okay, all right, okay.
It won't be very good, but I'll run it on my own. Anyway, we've got a lot to talk about tonight.
We have. What show number?
One of the things we're going to talk about, because I do have some more to come, but I'm going to leave you with firstly a teaser. Because Cole, what were we thinking about? Hold on, do you want to do the Luca pose? What were we thinking about?
Hey, Football League, where's our trophy?
Well.
I like that.
We know.
Like that. Someone very clever must have done that.
Someone very clever must have done. Someone very lot of tactical genius and creativity did that. Very short notice. That one. There we go. Thank you, Cole. Thank you, Cole.
Yeah.
But we will talk about that because I want to strike the rumours down and give you fact, because there's been lots of malicious rumour on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, social media, about what has or hasn't happened. I have spoken to the horse whilst feeding said horse a cube of sugar and got it from the horse's mouth exactly what's
Can you
happened.
play that jingle again? I quite liked it. Can you
What,
play
the
it
thing
again?
where we sat there and we wondered after Fleetwood, just...
Hey, Football League, where's our trophy?
And again, answers have been found.
I like
Hot.
that. I like that.
Hot off the
I like
press.
that. It's a winner
Hot
for
off the
me.
press. I like it. It's good. We've got plenty more where that came from tonight. Oh, we have got plenty more where that has come from tonight. Anyway, firstly, thank you to everyone who's joining. I know there's a game of football on tonight, apparently, Cole.
Is that-
I think
Really?
it's Champions League. I could be wrong. Anyway, we've got a lot to get through tonight. Show 77. And may I just say, Cole, I've been sitting there typing the numbers with a calculator fingers and even had to take my socks off. With everything we've done, hiatus included, so we had a few year gap where we changed from one guy to the show into the show that we've now got. We've been doing this for 5 years now, Cole, in total.
Really?
5 years in total we did this.
Must be mad.
I know, right? 2 year hiatus in between, but 5
Hey,
years in total. This is our 5th season. Incredible, right? But
Right.
the second season doing it as Don's Unplugged. So there you go.
So
Anyway.
is this a playoff special?
This is a special of promotions, mainly ours, because we don't really care about anyone else's. That said, promotion-wise, we do. This is a show about playoff specials because we have not one, not two, Cole, not even 3, but 4 guests coming on.
No
tonight.
shows.
Mate. I've sent you links. They've said yes. We've spoken directly to them, and they're all keen. So
Okay.
we have 4 guests joining us tonight from Salford, Notts County, Grimsby, and who's the 4th one, Cole?
Chesterfield.
There you go. Fantastic. He's testing your place. So we've got all 4, and may I say, all 4 of them have been on this show, been great guests. We're looking forward to having them back on and having a talk about what do they see for the playoffs, where do they see it going, and we'll give you our predictions. We want your predictions as well.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see join us and what?
And last night, I mean, I sent you this morning. I won't tell everybody what it is. We'll ask our representatives when they come on. But there's an amazing stat come out of that, isn't there?
There is a lot.
The head-to-head league table between all 4 clubs. There's an incredible stat come out of it. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
And we will. Yeah. But
back to you.
Got a lot. We've got a lot on. So we've got, for the last time this season, he makes Sky Sports look average, I'd say. He's no Chris Kamara. He's our Chris Kamara. Yeah, he's our Chris Kamara. It's Luke Payne. The Luke Payne review of Fleetwood Town, of promotion, of everything in between. And maybe, just maybe, a special guest appearance a little later on the show. For one night only, as Colin and I have mused earlier on this show, we'll be asking...
Hey, Football League, where's our trophy?
Just in case anyone missed it.
I think we should get T-shirts made up and sell them in the shop. Liam, come on, get them shirts. Get them shirts.
You'll be disappointed. I've got the news already, so there we go. We'll play it out. Don't worry.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about the trophy situation because I know a lot of people have been asking about that on social media. There's been wild rumour and speculation. We are here tonight to clear that for everyone on behalf of our good friends at the club who have given some clarity on that. So we appreciate it. Presentation night. We're going to talk about that. Now, I've got my views on that. Colin's got his views. Done before the end of the season. Done before probably the most important game of the season. Do we think that was the best thing? We'll discuss that. We're going to talk about team talk, as always. So we haven't got Chris tonight. We've just got Ryan and Callum and a video, an end of season wrap-up they've done for us. A collage, Cole.
Really?
For the end of the season. So looking forward to having that on a little later on. We have got clearly the most important award that every player's been waiting for at Stadium MK.
Best
Don's
presenter.
Unplugged Player of the Season. We didn't have a jingle for that. We should have done a jingle. Never mind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Apparently they had other commitments with things that they were doing. But anyway,
we've got this next bit. We've got a real good video on this.
We have got Don's Unplugged goal of the season. So we know he's done goal of the season. We've seen goal of the season already, but we've got the Don's Unplugged goal of the season because we want to put every single goal, including the Fleetwood goal. And I have to say thank you to our colleagues at the Team Talk department of video editing, aka Ryan, for putting it together for us. So thank you, Ryan.
And it's good, isn't it? I like it. I liked it.
But again, we want your view as well. And again, there's a few others in there that we'll be talking about. So that's the thing. We've got view from the other side, as we call it, or VFTOS. That's the right way around. Guests from Salford. We've got Danny with his big microphone that Colin loves.
Oh, I love Danny.
I know. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? We've got Jordan from Grimsby. Jordan was a top guy as well. We've got Dave from Chesterfield. Dave, again, another top guy. We've got Tom from Notts County. So looking forward to have Tom on again. Another top guy. So there we go. Some great podcasters.
Well, fingers crossed they all turn up.
Well, I've got another guest who is in the green room eating the peanuts, drinking the runners-up promotion champagne. I'll bring him on in a little while.
Okay.
We've also got stats for you. We've got stats galore. We're going to be talking all things Fleetwood. But most importantly, we want to hear from you out there as well about what are your thoughts of this season? How have you found it? What's been the high for you? What's been the low for you? And what's your predictions for next season too?
And how brilliant are we?
Well, I'll leave that out because we don't want poor reviews, Cole.
Do you know what I've been doing today? Do you know what I've been doing? I've been doing the opening credits for next season.
Already. I know you have, and you have to wait.
Unbelievable.
You have to wait for the playoffs.
You have to wait. You have to wait. Unbelievable.
Anyway, before we get into any more, I'll do a roll call, and then I shall let our esteemed guest, who is sitting in the green room, just getting no makeup on, by the way, but
that gives it away, doesn't it?
give him a chance to have a coffee or a beer or anything in between, whilst I go through some quick good evenings, and we'll bring Luke in. Mr. Luke Payne is live with us tonight. I know I'm excited because it's going to be great. I am excited. Luke's a genial expert on all things League Two lowdown, so he can give us his view of the League Two review as well, of how he thinks it's
okay. All right.
So before we do that, as I say, I'll roll call. Get your register out because first up we have
Preston.
Preston says, "Evening, legends." Preston, thank you very much. Hope you're well. And thank you for joining, mate, as well. We appreciate you. Glenn says, "Good evening, lads." Glenn, good evening to yourself, good sir, and thank you, as always, for joining Don's Unplugged. We appreciate you, mate.
Great company last Saturday, Glenn.
Good man. He's a good man. Grant says, "Evening, League One, Donnies and Donettes." Don't know what he's talking about.
Damn.
We'll talk a bit more about that later on, Grant. Get some input on that. It's all good fun, right? It's all good fun. Anyway. We have, where would we be without Sheila? Good evening, all. Good evening, Sheila. We hope you're well. We hope you've enjoyed this season with Don's Unplugged. And we hope you've enjoyed Colin's poster. And I have asked him for summer holiday homework to make a new poster.
So the horses away tonight, Sheila? That's the main thing. The horses
Forget that, Sheila. We want a proper poster next season. Colin's going to get laminated poster for you.
Laminate.
They call him the laminator down these parts. So we'll see. Matt joined us. Matt says, "Evening, lads. Hope you're well. Don't listen to the Goobers? I can't even see that. The Goobers and other clubs on social media acting like we bottle promotion. They're jealous we're no longer a laughing stock and are back on the up." Do you know what, Matt? Quite right too. I would say we'll go into a little bit more about that later on. But people bemoaning.
I've seen some absolute rubbish on social media.
But not just that, some of our own fans bemoaning like we'd been relegated. Guys,
I had a Swindon fan having a go at me. I said, "If you checked out the league table, you never even made the playoffs."
Yeah, it goes, "Oh, you bottled it."
Idiot.
I said, "Enjoy League Two next season, you melt." Anyway, bless him. How that will shake out next season. But no, quite agree with you on that.
Cry more, kiddo.
Cry more, kiddo. Indeed. We've got good old Ollie. He says, "Evening, legends. What a beautiful time to be an MK Dons fan. Fleetwood was epic weekend. Yeah, Fleetwood, Blackpool, all the fans that came up, mate. We had a great weekend, great laugh, really enjoyed it. And yeah, it was disappointing we didn't get the title. But you know what? We're up, mate. And that's the best news of all. I'm happy with that. I'll take it all day long, mate. Jamie's joined us. Evening, Jamie. Nice to see you, by the way, on the weekend and rocking the Dons Unplugged hat as well.
Yes, he was.
Great to see you. He says, good evening, Dons. It was a shame to not have won the league. The luck mustn't have been on our side, especially because the tram up decided to terminate out of nowhere, Cole. Out of nowhere. I think it was fixed, Jamie. They knew you were a Dons fan. Well, I'm not going to take him to the ground. We'll stop here. But promotion is promotion. 100%, mate. And don't forget runners up.
Nice to see you, Jamie.
Exactly, mate. But I can think of at least 22 other teams who'd love to have been second in the league. That's for sure.
21.
22. Bromley wanted to be second, really. We know that.
Oh,
we
okay.
know that. Anyway, Preston says, having to get used to going from overestimated this season to underestimated next season. From what I've seen on social media, that is until we have an incredible window.
I know. There's a lot of people predicting on social media we're going to be in the bottom 4.
Oh, mate, let the bemoaners. Do you know what? Just because you don't like us doesn't mean we're going to be in the bottom 4.
It's going to hurt even more when we don't finish in the bottom 4.
Yeah, cry a bit more. There's not enough salt coming out from the chips.
Cry more, kiddo.
Exactly, cry more, kiddo, indeed. What I will say, Preston, is Fahad said on record, we're not there to make up the numbers. We're there to push for promotion. And from what I've heard, and I won't go into too much, but if what I heard is coming true.
Told me off air, so it's all right.
Exactly. What I heard is coming true. Believe you and me, you want to sit down when you see some of the signings that may walk through the door.
Alan Shearer and Bobby Charlton, unbelievable.
No, although I wouldn't mind, to be fair, especially with Alan Shearer. I still think he'd be good enough for League One. Great guy. Anyway, keep an eye on that, Preston, because there's some good, exciting news to come. Watch this space, that is for sure. Evening legends from Harry. Harry, evening to yourself. And Harry, may I just say, really good video you did, mate, of the players you thought were staying or going that you put up on YouTube. So, no, fair play to you, mate. I watched it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I say, guys, if you haven't watched it, check out the Facebook channel. Harry did a video of his players you'd like to see stay or go. And it's not easy, mate. So, again, appreciate you doing it. And,
we make this look easy.
No, we don't. Just years of practice. But there we go. Evening legends from Stephen. Stephen, good evening to your good self, my friend. And I hope you're well. And as always, thank you for joining. JT has joined us. JT, evening to yourself, good sir. And firstly, I hope you're feeling better after your operation, good sir. It's evening, guys. You have me as a captive audience tonight, stuck indoors for 2 months. Bring on the playoffs, the World Cup, so I'll have something to watch. John, Scotland are at the World Cup. That in itself is a joy to behold for you,
for a little while anyway.
Don't listen, mate. Don't listen. Hopefully they do well for you, mate. Hopefully they do well for you.
Yeah.
But no, hope you're well, mate. On all seriousness, I hope you're well. Hospital.
Yeah. All the best, John. I hope you get well soon, mate. All the way
but as always, mate, we're glad to have you on. Don't forget, next season you won't be captive. You'll be here by choice, talking all things AFC when we get round to that.
Because we can't never get an AFC, and John is the next best thing.
John is the best thing. Not even the next best thing. John is the best thing.
He is.
Premier stato when it comes to AFC and his hatred for the club.
JT always speaks warmly about AFC, which I like.
Doesn't he? He does,
which I like.
Lovely words. Soft, gentle words is what we call them. Jamie says, considering the season has now pretty much closed, I've been keeping myself entertained by annoying people in League One banter group, and it's safe to say it's worked rent-free since 2004. Indeed, my friend.
That's another line of T-shirts, rent-free since
I know, right?
Yeah.
And also, Jamie, they're on my Facebook group page even. Sorry, feel free to use all of the ChatGPT memes that I've created. I know Ryan and a few others have. And believe you and me, mate, it is worth doing it and watching the popcorn. Watching the show and eating the popcorn is even the one I was trying to get around to. But yeah, hilarious some of the stuff that's been going on. And just to think, mate, people spend their evenings whiling away, bemoaning about us. Hilarious. Evening, guys. Hope you're both well. Hope you're well, Ryan, as well. And so thank you again for all you and Callum and Chris have done this season.
Yeah.
For Dons Unplugged as well.
Top men.
And also special mention to John Harris
Carrie
as well.
Ann!
Evening, Carrie Ann. Waving hands. Come on, Cole. Come on. Let me go. I wonder if we're on the big telly tonight, but let us know, Carrie Ann. Hope you're well. And thanks for joining, as always. Ash has joined us. He says, evening, legend.
Thank
you very much, Ash.
Every week we have this.
Right back at you, my friend. And Colin. Well, that was something at the weekend, and at the end of the day, promotion was the end goal. And and if we got the title, it would have been a bonus onto League One and new sides. Do you know what, mate? I'm with you on this. I'd be happy to be second every time round in any league. Arsenal weren't very happy about that, but I'd be happy with it because it means we're doing bloody well, mate. That's the thing, right? Especially after last season. And I go back to that 19th.
We ain't half boiling a lot of piss. We're boiling piss.
100%. People are winding themselves up over knots, mate. At the end of the day, we've got a trophy.
Yeah,
we're
I like the way people
places.
Supposed to matter. You don't matter. And I went, well, we obviously do.
Well, you wouldn't have commented. Yeah, exactly right. There we go. Anyway, Del, evening to yourself. Good evening, lads. Evening to yourself, Del. Hope you're well and hope you're having a good one as well, my friend. Peter's joined, said Kelly and Gilby deserve new bloody contracts. Well, I hope we don't murder them, but yeah, definitely contracts, Peter. I'm pretty sure. I can't be 100% because I'm not in the club, but I'm pretty sure from what I've heard that may well be the case. So fingers crossed. Hopefully that does happen. But couldn't agree more. I think Kelly was in a revelation, and obviously Skipper's been Skipper. He's been off and on, but he's been a tremendous asset to the club as well. Jamie, Don's Unplugged shop. I'll have the obvious of one of everything. Well, let me tell you, Jamie, we're going to have.
Here we go.
We're going to have hats. We're going to have.
We've already got hats.
I know, but what did you say? We're going to have hats, right?
Okay.
Different coloured hats.
Okay, all right, okay.
Colin knows people over there.
I do.
We're going to have hoodies. Hoodies.
T-shirts.
Just repeat that. Hoodies. T-shirts.
Thong.
No, I wouldn't go that far. Other accessories, but I will leave it there for now because I'm in negotiations with someone in China about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you after the show, Cole. You'll find out left. But to be fair, it's going to be some good merch and not cheap quality. We're going for the premium stuff. This stuff. So yeah, watch this space. Not your prints that peel off in the wash with a 2 or 3 wash. I'm talking about proper logos.
I have to listen to this every week.
It's fine. You wait till this.
He's over there.
QR code in the corner, Jamie. You'll be able to scan it. It will take you to the shop, and you can see it all. And all the money, it's not for profit. It goes back into making sure this show's running.
Goes back to me.
So there we go. Both of us, because the outlay and also our good sponsors. I want the Guinness glass with the Guinness in it. Sheila. There you go. I'll tell you what. First game of the season. Meet you in Club Red. Buy you a Guinness. There you go. Bring the glass. Buy yourself a glass. Bring it. We'll do it. But yeah, great glasses, by the way. I love a Guinness, me. May or may not have noticed. Anyway, there we go.
I'm drinking tonight, by the way.
Mr. Mick Dorr of the Irish contingent has joined us. Hold on. Evening, Mick. The bottle's gone.
That's my prediction hat, mate.
Anyway, there you go. There's my hat. Evening to yourself. What's the crack, mate? What's the crack? Cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for joining. There we go. Who doesn't say we haven't got props for this show, right? On my days, a Don's Unplugged merch shop and the potential kit launch. Count me in for that. See, Matt knows where it's at. Matt knows where it's at.
We've sort of been promised that we might be involved in the kit launch, but we don't know to what degree.
Hopefully.
We don't know what degree.
I
very much doubt it. They'll give us a shirt and say, that's the new shirt, but you never know. We might be involved.
Will see.
We're going to be involved in some way, but we don't know.
Breaking news. Luke has told us we're promoted. I don't know if you know, but we are promoted. Thank you for that, Luca.
We are promoted.
I know Luke will be happy as well because his other team,
promoted.
Arsenal, got to the Champions League final. So well done to them as well, Luca. Preston says, ask the Knots one how he's doing. I'll let him answer that question direct from your good self, Preston, when he comes on.
He'd probably call him a mercenary.
Not at all. No, I've got a feeling he'll stay, you know. I don't know why, but I think he's better suited to League One. You may find he's a bit of a revelation next season. Who knows? Salford, if even just for another morning in O'Malley's. Mick, I am with you all the way. What a bar. What a weekend. What a place. And if not, let's just hope Stockport don't get promoted. There's a Manchester club right there. Yeah, great. I would like to see Salford go up, but then again, I'd like to see quite a few of them go up, to be fair, but that's just me. Nick's joined us. Nick says, did the players even get medals and see Cambridge got one? Yes, Nick, and I'll come on to that a little bit later on because as Colin and I have mused earlier tonight.
Hey, Football League, where's our trophy?
Just in case no one got it the first time round, right?
That's 3 times we've played that. Was it 4?
But yes, Nick, I have more to come.
While.
More to come on that for you, so keep watch this space. Russ, the other half of the Fortune household, has joined us. Says, good evening, all. Great to be soaring upwards again after so long in League Two.
Lord America,
isn't it? It's like 7 rounds with Mike Tyson the last few seasons. That's for
Who
sure.
else is still hurting from the result and performance against Fleetwood? Feel like it was a massive,
Do you know what, Jeff? Look,
just wasn't to be.
It's one of those, Jeff. Right? I think on the day we were all a bit flat, but sitting back now, reflecting on it after the weekend, we got promoted, mate. Again, 19th last season, 5 points off a drop. That's a massive turnaround. If you'd have told me at the start of the season we'd be promoted in second, I'd have ripped your hand off for that. Yes, it feels a bit like an anticlimax. I fully understand that. It feels a little bit like that for me. But we still should be celebrating the fact that we went up because, believe you and me, it's a hell of an achievement. And onwards and upwards, mate. Onwards and upwards. So don't feel too down, mate. I know it feels like a kick in the gut, but
indeed.
Glass half full. Anyway, we've got the man himself, Robin Easter. He's joined us. He says, evening, guys. What a great few weeks since I last joined you. Crew, Tranmere, awards night, a good day out in Fleetwood, still buzzing, you dons. Thanks for the show, fellas. Always enjoyable. My friend, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Cracking handle. Love it. Okay. My guess he comes from Fleetwood. No, it's a joke, but there we go. Matt has joined us. Matt says, good evening, boys. Saw you outside the Chippy and Fleetwood. Colin got a stage fright and bottled saying, oh, Matt.
Yeah. Well,
say hello. It's all right.
Yeah. Stage fright.
Special. We're not like Z-listers, even if that.
I'm very approachable, Matt. You ask my wife.
Yeah, absolutely right. Or even the arresting officer last time, right? No, anyway. No, Matt, come and say hello. Come and say hello anytime, mate. It'd be lovely to have a chat with any of you guys. It's always good to see someone. Colin says, evening to yourself. Colin, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Matt says, I'm still hurting about the league. I get it, mate. But hey, second, trophy, promotion, League One tour next season. This time next year, Dale, we'll be in the championship.
We'll be millionaires.
Well, you know what? The way things are going with that transfer window, I'm excited. I'm excited by what I've heard, but I can't say anything. But believe you me, if it lands, you'll be very optimistic about next season. That's what I'm going to say.
And I'll tell you something else, Matt. You won't be seeing me outside of Chippy and Fleetwood next season.
But we're outside of Blackpool. There we go. Don't forget we've got Blackpool next season. They're in League One, so there we go. I'm glad for that because Blackpool's a great weekender, that's for sure. Matt said the Jim's Bar is a banging stadium pub. There you go.
Yeah,
fantastic. You heard it first from Matt.
I heard we were rocking the place well, so
100%, mate. 100%.
Oh, that's good news, Sheila.
Although I will say, the horses are all happy in the field. Thank you, Sheila. We appreciate knowing that. We appreciate that. And no horses or donkeys were harmed in the making of Sheila's teaching of animals. But yeah, no, I was going to say the Weatherspoons near Fleetwood ran dry from alcohol. There's only soft drinks left. I'll leave it there. Interesting.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Some would say that they rolled it out the back door because they didn't want us to celebrate. But, who am I to cast aspersions? Allegedly. There we go. Alan's joined. Evening, Alan. He said, evening all. What a season. Moment for me was Walsall away. Win, and that point I was pretty sure we would do it. Highlight of the week, listening to a couple of nutters in YouTube. Keep up the good work.
Well, let us know. Alan. Let us know they are, Alan, and we'll watch as well.
Yeah. I know, right? Some terrible stuff on YouTube these days. Thanks for joining, Alan, as always. We appreciate your input as well. And Franz has joined us. Evening, Franz. Evening, gentlemen. Irish Don turning in tonight from Belgium.
Tuning in.
There we go. Well, we did it for Mick. It's only fair. We do it for Franz. There you go. There you go, Franz.
Got me predict.
There you go.
That's my prediction.
Sláinte. There you go. Okay. Sláinte to Belgium. Anyway, thanks for joining, mate. Still managed to get a fair chunk of the games this season. Just gone and looking forward to League One next season and your show tonight. Well, thank you, good sir. And again, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
I hope you're having a nice time in Belgium as well.
We try our hardest. We try our hardest.
We do, or we're trying, one or the other. Luke, we will get to you in a minute. I know you're enjoying the peanuts in the back room, so we'll be with you shortly. Would Shearer start over Mendes? Well, there's a question, right? There's a question. In his prime, you're going to say yes, aren't you? But I'd have them both up front. Even now, I'd have Shearer of now up front. I still think he'd score a few worldies as a super sub. Last 10 minutes. There you go, Preston. What would be nice?
Sorry, somebody just sent me a text message and I thought I'd read it. 1-0 PSG.
Go. 1-0 PSG. Evening, MK Dons Legends. PSG winning 1-0. Thank you, Nigel. Nigel, hope you're well as well. And I was in Bury St Edmunds on the weekend, by the way. So,
Nigel, get the machine guns ready.
Is that bad? Is it that bad? Yeah. I'm going to see family. It's all right. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Walking around the monastery grounds as well and educating the family on that as well, which is pretty good fun. Ash said, question for everyone except Colin, as I've already told him the answer. Excluding OG, how many different scorers did we have in the league this season? We'll leave it there. Comment in the comments, and Colin, you can tell everyone if they're right. We'll leave it as a bit of a game show thing for a moment. Kerry Ann says, yes, on the TV time. We're on the big telly. We made it, Cole. We finally made it on the telly. Look, Mum, I'm on the telly. There we go. Kerry Ann's telly.
I'm on the telly.
I know. If it's an HD, it'd be terrible. All the grey hairs, the lines, is awful.
Is that bloke still in the green room?
He still is.
Okay.
We're nearly there. We're nearly there, Luke. Finish your pint.
Yes,
be with you shortly.
I did.
Evening, guys. Hope Colin enjoyed his chip body on Saturday. He did. Yeah, he did.
I'll tell you what, George, I was the first person in the shop when it opened.
That doesn't surprise me.
And the bloke behind me said, have you got any northern fish cakes? If anybody knows what a northern fish cake is, let me know.
It sounds like a euphemism to me, mate.
I ain't got a clue.
Yeah. It's a euphemism for drugs. Yeah. Hard drugs, probably, at Fleetwood. But there we go.
Yeah.
I tell you what I did have in Blackpool. Papa's right on the seafront. Fantastic. I had cod and chips one day. Went back again. The haddock and chips was incredible. Incredible. If you ever get up there, it's got a plaque outside. It's got a plaque. And I talk about fish and chips. It's got a plaque outside. So we've got Blackpool away next season. And it says, best chip shop in the UK, BBC awarded. And I thought, well, yeah, anyone can say that. I have to say the haddock and chips did take my breath away. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal. So if you get your chance to go up there and you like your fish and chips, give it a go. It was fantastic. Ash says, is it zipped hoodie or pullover hoodie, Zayden? Well, thank you for asking that question because, Ash, guess what? I hope you're sitting down. We've got both. We've got both. Yes.
What a load of
both on order. Both on order. There will be a bit of delay time when you order to getting it because I need to get shipped. But
stuck in the Straits of Hormuz, aren't they?
No, we don't use that. Ours go straight by air freight. If not, Husky across Russian, Soviet Russia or wherever, but they'll get to you. Don't worry. When we start the season, I shall have one of each to show you, modelled by myself.
It won't work.
And Colin. Wait and see.
Okay.
Come
on, get on with it. I'm getting bored.
No, it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Arthur's joined us. Good evening, gentlemen. Bomber Harris here. Chocks away to yourself, good sir. This time next year, we will be top of League One. I said it. No, I agree with you. I think we'll be up, mate. I think
that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Well, that promotions goal will be even better next year. That's for sure. Ollie says, Don's Unplugged merch is hit baggy enough. Ollie, as a man myself of disappearing waistline, of middle-aging years, of course.
I didn't like to mention that. I saw you in that Hawaiian shirt and thought you put a bit of timber on.
Well, exactly right. It's very tight. That's why it's a few sizes too small. Anyway, of course they're baggy because unlike other suppliers, we like to make sure that we fit our goods to people who can understand what it's like to be an average fan and not a pro player trying to wear a T-shirt. So
we're going full Giacomo sizes.
And then, and tool sizes as well, not just the regular tool sizes as well. Oh, I've gone all out on this, Cole. I've gone all out on it. It's going to be something to behold. You wait.
Can you make Paul Ward a Don's Unplugged bobble out for him to wear on the opening?
Well, we have got a baseball cap, but we can get a bobble hat made up. If he'll wear it, we'll do it.
Yeah, the thing is, he's tied, isn't he, to wearing merch, and he
may well be.
Yeah,
he may well be. I mean, look, I'm not. There you go. There's my Kilkenny hurling team hat. Boom. There's my Borussia Mönchengladbach hat from my German team. Boom. There is my Don's Unplugged hat. The list goes on. If we can do it, so can Warney. We'll get it done.
Indeed.
Don't worry about that, Preston. We'll sort it out. Matt says, If your merch is high quality merch that doesn't peel off like you say, then it's very obvious you didn't go to Castor. No, we didn't go to Castor.
No.
I have connections in the industry, aka my daughter works for a supplier, and I asked for things that were stitched well. And weirdly, Matt, this may surprise you, but when you get hoodies and things, even in the industry, that
I can't believe you're still going on about this.
There are different levels of quality, so we went for the top quality.
Oh, get Luke Payne on them.
No, look, people are interested. It's nice to hear. Anyway, Ollie says,
"Hey, Football League, where's our trophy?"
You want to know, Ollie? Ollie, I need you to do something for me. I need you to look at the screen. Everyone, look at the screen.
Everybody,
right now.
Look at the screen.
Stop what you're doing. Look at the screen. Amuse for a minute. Amuse. Now ask the question.
Ask question.
Hey, Football League, where's our trophy?
And I'll be telling you shortly because I'm going to bring on Luke. And we'll.
I wish you bloody would. I'm getting sick to death of waiting.
Anyway. 2 or 3 more comments and we'll get Luke on. Next one says, seeing that Mellish is being kept by Wigan, he is not listed on the available for transfer. No, and
that's a relief.
Season, so there you go. I don't know, maybe they know that we're interested.
That's a relief. I thought we were going to get lumbered with him.
Well, no, who knows? If one he's in from is interested, maybe that's why they've re-signed him to get some money out of it. You never know. You never know. If that's the case. Anyway, sorry, that comment dropped off the screen, Matt. He said, I also had a bet before we kicked off. MK Dons winning the league. I think we all did, mate. Yeah, it is what it is.
I had a considerable bet. I was absolutely devastated.
I know you were. There's 1,000 reasons why Colin was not happy. Preston said
1,000 reasons.
Yeah, I heard a ridiculous rumor about Ellis from Coventry.
Really? Where did you get that from?
Maybe some of these rumors aren't as ridiculous as you may think.
Yeah.
One of many rumours, Preston. One of many, but again, strap yourself in for an exciting transfer.
Arthur's back on the bottom of the
Bomber Harris here, chocks away. We'll win League One next. Come on, you Dons. Absolutely. There you go. Arthur said it. You heard it here first from Arthur. Alan says, and then we've got one more comment and we'll be over to Luke. It says, how long have you set aside for your Scott Hogan forward tribute? Well, what's the square root of nothing, Alan? I
nearly made a video. I thought I better not.
I will say the retained list is out shortly, and I'm really hoping, I'm pretty confident that a 34-year-old washed-up prat who can only score 1 goal.
Oh, Alan, look what you've done now.
She's been dead 20 years, Alan, and she could have still scored that. I can't.
There's no longer.
And not just that, I'm over talking.
Let me know when you finish ranting. I'll put my headphones back on.
Alan, he said to 2 or 3 fans quite obnoxiously on the last few games of the season who wanted autographs, who wanted to speak to him, where to go. So we'll leave it there, but no tears will be cried from this side of the Don's Unplugged camera. Quite frankly, mate, it's $6,500 of good money that can be given to a player that actually can.
You finish it.
There we go. There we go. No, I could go on all night. Anyway, Alan, thank you for the question.
Thanks,
the answer to your question in a roundabout way is not a lot. Not a lot. But he can have a Don's Unplugged hat if he wants, and it'll cost him double. Anyway, Preston says, is it 19 or did Will Collar not score?
Motionless.
Waiting for Ash. Ash, it was an answer to Ash's question.
Okay, all right.
Or is it 20 or 19? Can't remember if Collar scored or not. There you go. So, Ash, let us know. Preston's put his things down, stuck his flag to the pole. But more importantly, we've got to the end of our roll call. Thank you, everyone. We're going to be jumping in, hopefully not too far on, into our playoff discussions if our guests start jumping on in around about 5-10 minutes, hopefully.
Is anybody in there? Is anybody in there yet?
But not yet. But before of that,
unbelievable.
I'm going to bring in.
We're going to get nobody.
Well, we have. We've got the authority on League Two lowdown. We've got Mr.
Like
Luke.
I said, we're going to get nobody.
Don't listen to him, Luke. Don't listen to him. If we don't get anyone, guess what? We've got the authority on League Two right here with us. Hot off the press, hot off the tongue. You can guess it's Mr. Luke Payne with his genial football data, dedication. And firstly, Luke, before we go into anything else tonight,
We're going to blow some more smoke up your arse.
And also a massive thank you, Luke, for everything you've done for Don's
What's
Unplugged.
he drinking?
We appreciate
What's
you.
he drinking?
Summer fruit splash. It's vibes.
Rosé.
He's got Dalek mode.
No, that's right. Rosé. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Can you hear us all right, Luke?
Oh yeah, no, all perfectly good, and yeah, no.
Crikey, that was loud.
Thanks for having me on again over the course of the season, and I'd also like to thank everyone that's been tuning in to obviously both the show and to the content that I put out, both with the ratings and with League 2 Lowdown as well. It's been great to interact with everyone, really.
Fantastic. No, and do you know what? I think this course will be the first time ever, I believe, on Don's Unplugged that we're going to do a Luke Payne review with Luke Payne here to then review his own review after his review.
Is it going to be critical?
It's going to be exactly. Luke, there may be one thing to say. You might want to roll something, and what would that be?
Yeah, go on. You say it, Luke. Go on.
Oh, I'm gonna hate listening to this. Roll beats. Right, for one last time this season, we've got another game to cover. It is, of course, the 1-1 away draw at Fleetwood, and it was the game that just wasn't quite meant to be. I mean, we got something from it technically, but it wasn't exactly what we wanted. Obviously, a win would have secured us our status as league champions. As it was, we couldn't get all 3 points, and Bromley snuck in and took it back from us. Last game of the season, and I've got to say, it's a bit of a weird feeling. It was a very weird feeling because, ultimately we're promoted. That was, objective number one. The most important thing to happen this season was always going to be, right, just get promoted. And we've done that. But I mean, based on the way the players reacted at the end of the game, you would have guessed we were relegated. Half of them were collapsed on the floor as if it was the end of the world. And it's great to see that they care that much. I think it was just, I don't know. I think there is an element of it being tricky that once you're promoted, you have all your celebrations, especially the fact that we did our awards evening that same evening. So you have this huge celebration, just celebrating the season effectively, and then you've mentally got to try and reset. I think that's quite a difficult thing to do, and actually across the leagues this season, as soon as teams have been promoted, they've gone through a dip in form. You're looking at Bromley as one of them, as an example. Lincoln did the same, Coventry did the same. There's always that little bit of a dip. And it just so happened that upon achieving promotion, we go and have a bit of a dip straight afterwards. It was a flat performance throughout for us, really. Well, pretty much throughout. I'd say we had a good 10 minutes at the start, and then our level kind of just dropped. I will give credit to Fleetwood because they didn't look like a side that were on the beach. They came to spoil the party, and to be fair to them, they did. So, they made sure the celebrations weren't going to happen on their pitch. So all credit to them. I think their goal is a frustrating one. I always find it annoying when a cross does make it into the box quite that easily. I think it's from Tomlinson's side on this occasion. But I do think we could have done more in the box to prevent it. I know we didn't do the greatest job of winning the first contact, but the second ball, obviously the Fleetwood man's just gone for an acrobatic effort. In that moment, I'd like to see someone like Sanders be a little bit braver and try and get his head in there, because he did have an opportunity to, I think, personally. But, it's one of those, it's not the easiest thing to do, to be like, oh, you know what, this guy's going for it with his foot, let me just stick my head in the way and potentially get myself injured. But, those are the fine margins that can win you a game, and those are the fine margins that can win you a league, and unfortunately we just didn't quite have it on the day. We did well to bring it back in with a decent quality goal, I will say that much. Obviously the ball forward from Kelly, Wiles turns his man, finds Patterson in a little bit of space, and a lovely finish. It's just for that one moment of quality, we just didn't have enough. We didn't have more of those. Is probably the way I'd put it. You know, we had opportunities where we just didn't quite make it happen. Crosses into the box that just weren't quite falling our way. Just, you know, the smallest of things where if we just get it slightly more right, then you know, those are again the margins that maybe would have won us the league. But it is what it is. Priority was promotion. That is the number one thing, and we've got that. So I don't think we should be too disheartened by or anything by the fact that we've not won the league. Yes, it's a little bit annoying, but you know, would you rather be first and potentially struggle next season in League One, or would you rather be second and kick on? And obviously those aren't like mutually exclusive things, but if you were given those two options, you'd take second. You know, priority had to be promotion, and we've got it. So it just means we can keep marching on and look forward to the summer where, I mean, I'm just excited to see what sort of players we're able to bring in, because we had quite a strong pull even from League Two. So in League One, I mean, the sky's the limit. I'll be doing my release and resign sort of written series, and I have no idea what to do with it, to be honest, because anything seems realistic at this moment in time. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But that's kind of it for my final review of the season. And I think first things first, thank you all for tuning in this entire time. It's a huge honour to be a part of this, and obviously a huge thanks goes to Aidan and Colin as well for letting me be involved in the show, and for trusting me to hopefully do a good job with these little videos. But thank you all for tuning in over the course of the season, both in the show and with the player ratings as well. And well, I'll see you all in League One. Come on, you done.
He does waffle on, doesn't he?
He's a good guy, isn't he, that Luke Payne? He's a good guy.
Who's that bloke?
You know what? I will say, we do have in our green room, drinking the beers, eating the peanuts. If only, guys. I apologise. It's not there. It's not there. But we have got three of the big hitters.
Am I allowed to guess? I don't know.
You tell me you think's turned up.
I'm going to say Danny's definitely there.
Of course, Danny's turned up. And he's probably got his microphone as well.
Jordan.
Love Danny. Jordan, Grimsby fame. Love the guy. And League Two Lowdown fame, let's not forget.
Yeah. Dave from Chesterfield?
Of course Dave's there. Legend of the Spires.
And what about that bloke from Nottingham County? Is he there?
Nottingham County couldn't work out how to click a link. So I will say...
Can we have Luke Payne representing Nottingham County?
Yeah, Luke, if you could represent Nottingham Forest's second team, that would be
the third biggest team in Nottingham.
Exactly.
Nottingham Forest, Nottingham Forest Reserves, Nottingham County Cricket Club. Fourth best. Come on. Right,
there we go. Right. Luke, we will catch up about everything Fleetwood. But I will say, before we get into that, because everyone has been asking for one more time, Cole.
All right, okay.
Hey, Football League, where's our...
Where's that track?
I know, anyway. I can tell you. So I spoke to the club. I won't mention names because that would be unfair. But I can confirm that Fleetwood did not stop us from actually having a trophy celebration. It was the club who decided that they didn't, because we missed out on the title, they felt quite flat about it. They decided it wasn't worth doing the runners-up trophy. So all these rumours on the internet about Fleetwood did this, absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Club have said that. So we do have the trophy. We have got the runners-up medals. The club are deciding at the moment what they want to do with it. They may, it's not been confirmed yet, be putting it in the club shop for people to come and take some photos if they
to buy it.
Just so people can see it, Cole. Because
Hey, listen,
we didn't win the league.
I'm not bidding against you for that trophy.
Do you know what, right? I'm going to say this because the amount of naysayers out there, right? And I'm going to say, Danny, Dave, and Jordan would probably be very happy to have a runners-up trophy right now. Go through the grueling effort of the playoffs. We'll bring that on in a second. But what I would say is there are plenty of fans out there who are really happy that we've become promotion,
blah, blah, blah. Get them on!
We've got runners-up trophy, and the club are hoping to have it in the shop in the near future. More to come on that, but to quash the rumours, it was the club's decision not to do it due to the disappointment of missing out on the title. So there we go. Rumours quashed.
Get on!
Look, do we need to get something? I don't know what Colin's talking about. So anyway, joking aside, yes, we will be bringing on our promotion contenders for this season, and hopefully we'll be seeing one of them again next season on the show. And first up, we'll do it in chronological. Well, I don't know if we can do it in chronological order, but we will do first up. We've got Danny, one up front for Salford. Good to see you, Danny. Hope you're doing well.
Spectacles tonight. There we go.
I like it. It's good.
Love it.
Next up, Legend of the Spire. It's Dave. Dave, thanks for joining us.
Oh, mate.
It's like the start of blankety blank.
It is, right? And that's what the celebrity squares as well.
Celebrity squares.
And last, but by no means least, with their massive push to the playoffs, it's Jordan for Grimsby.
Jordan.
Good evening, guys. I mean, look, two things really. First of all,
he's off already.
Seeing Luke Payne and myself on a different podcast is quite the interesting feeling. And second of all, promotion? What? Grimsby? What? Sorry, I must be in the wrong call there. This is completely alien to me, but no, great to see you all.
Can I just say there would have been no room for Nottingham on here?
No. There is no room for Nottingham because, quite frankly, I don't think they're getting past the next round. End of story. No. So would have been a waste of time coming on.
I was going to say I'm more than happy to represent Notts County, but I'd have to grow a few more fingers first. So, running already. Running scared already.
So I think first question. Well, first of all, everyone. I mean, again, we've been through the grueling playoffs, the disappointment with Crawley. It's horrid. It's exciting when you're an outsider, but it is absolutely stomach churning, fingernail biting. There's a high, then there's the low, then there's the everything in between that goes with all this, and it's cruel. Let's be honest. As a fan, and your team's in it, it is horrible. I mean, Dave, with yourself at Chesterfield. Last time we spoke, I think you said if we achieve the playoffs, I'd be over the moon. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of both, really, in that I think if we'd have signed the players that we signed in January last August, I think we'd be lifting the title, to be honest. You stick Sammy Braybrook and Sil Swinkles and Sam Curtis in that team, they were head and shoulders over the players that we signed in August that we ended up binning off. And I think if the season was maybe 5 games longer, I think we'd have definitely got that horrible small little plate that Cambridge got for finishing third. They were like lifting a teacup or something on that pitch. So
you're lucky we never got anything.
Well, we won it last time.
I'm still pretty delighted to finish in the playoffs. This is our 6th season in a row in which we've either finished in the playoffs or lifted a trophy. Every season since Paul Cook's come back, we've either been in the playoffs or got the trophy. The only thing is that we've obviously got to play the old foes, Notts County again, who beat us in the playoff eliminators in the National League and then beat us in the playoff final in the National League. And then it's just
that's on the charm. Don't worry about it.
But it'll be good fun. I'm quite chill whether we're League One or League Two next.
Well, you must be quite. I've been looking at it. I actually wrote this all down and I couldn't believe it. You must be feeling quite confident, Dave.
Yeah. I mean, we've beaten.
You know why, don't you? You know why,
away.
don't you? You know what?
Yeah.
You've beaten every one of them home and away.
Yeah, so this is the time when you fall flat on your arse, isn't it?
Basically.
Last season we snuck in on the last day of the season, and then we're absolutely atrocious against Walsall.
I know.
Whose wheels had fallen off, and then they beat us 4-1 on aggregate. We didn't turn up. So
I noticed Danny was sitting there with a bit of a smile on his face when I said you've been beaten home and away. You obviously fancy yourself.
I'd forgotten.
Well,
I accept what you say. Yeah,
Danny, I have to say,
Notts County picked up a grand total of 3 points.
Yeah,
against all the other fellow playoff challengers.
Yeah,
So
that's probably why they're not here tonight.
Exactly
No shock who that was against.
But I have to say, Danny, I had fingers and toes crossed that Salford were going to get third. I generally wanted you up I wanted Cambridge out of that picture. And it was painful because obviously watching our game, but then watching the results pour in, and there was the 0-0 for Cambridge. It just needed a goal. What happened? What happened, Danny?
Well, you'd expect for £1 million, you'd have some finishes in your team, wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
It would have, yeah.
You really would. 300 for one, 600 plus for the other. Can't finish. We created some chances, and it's just Ryan Graydon. Like I don't know. Everybody loves him because he works his ass off, but you see him in the warm-ups. It's going out over the stand. That's a big worry for me. We may have shot ourselves in the foot, and I think we've got money to burn in relative terms, but I don't think he was the promotion guarantee answer we were looking for. Macaulay Langstaff may have been, maybe Drinnan, who we tried to poach from Swindon, but maybe Graydon is just not clinical enough. And yeah, it's such a shame. I feel pretty flat, to be honest. It was never in our hands, so I have no right to expect more than we've got.
You're not excited about all this.
Personally, no. I wanted it to be over. I wanted to be thinking about pre-season, getting my blog ready. I didn't want any of this. It's too on the edge,
The playoffs are bloody horrible, aren't you?
I know.
They're bloody horrible.
Well, you say that. I'm going to come to Jordan now because Grimsby, my goodness, Jordan, if ever there was a time to come into a bit of form and make a push for it, Grimsby are certainly writing the textbook for that. I mean, how do you feel? Because I know when we spoke before, you weren't really sure whether you'd be there or thereabouts. So do you feel like over the moon that you've got there in the end, ultimately?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, when I spoke to you lot, it was around January time, wasn't it? When we last played each other, we were starting to pick up then anyway. But I was pretty down in the dumps because we had this run of form in which we didn't win for 9 games. I think it was relatively unlucky for quite a lot of those games. We weren't playing badly in them, but we were making individual mistakes. But since the turn of the year, we've been brilliant, really. Yes, we've had the odd defeat here and there, but it's mainly after what I've been really impressed by with this squad is mainly after a defeat, they get back up again and they go and respond in fashion. I know we got David here anyway, but take the Chesterfield game the other week. Obviously, Reece Staunton having his penalty saved in the 95th minute, and you couldn't have blamed any Town fans for thinking that's it. Really, I think we might have blown our chance, but 3 wins in a row later, scoring 10 goals, beating Cambridge away from home, putting 4 past Gillingham, putting 4 past Swindon, and we've managed to do it with a game to spare. So no, look, I've always said that I think this season was always building on what we did last year. I think we were getting there. We had the foundations in place last year. I think we sort of knew that we weren't quite ready for it, but to take it to the final day was quite something. So we've obviously built on that this year. I think the January signings that we've made have helped us big time. Jackson Smith in goal has been fantastic. Andy Cook up front has made a difference. Maldini Katsuri at the back has been a revelation honestly, for a 20-year-old centre-back. You think he's 30. But no, I'm just delighted that we're in there. This is our first EFL playoff campaign for 20 years. The first one I've seen supporting the club. I've obviously seen my fair share of playoffs in the National League, some for better and some for worse. But yes, it's a little bit different when we're talking about League One rather than getting back up into League Two.
When you say 20 years, who was the last one you played?
It was, I think, we beat Lincoln. From what I recall, we beat Lincoln in the semi-final. We beat Lincoln in the semi-finals because obviously that was close routes and all that. But I think we lost the final, I believe, to Cheltenham. I believe. But this was a little bit before me. Look, I don't want to make anyone sound the whole battle. I'd been 3 years old at the time. So obviously it's a little bit before my time. But no, look, I'm just happy we're in this position, but we're in it now. And
brilliant.
Let's go and win it.
Dave, what's your playoff history?
We were last. I'll discount the National League years because that's not the Football League. In Football League, it would be 10 years this season. So it was 2016. We were in the League One playoffs. Got beaten by Preston.
Okay.
Jermaine Beckford scored a hat trick against us. And then the last time we actually got to a playoff final and won it was 1995 when we beat Bury.
Good grief. Bury aren't in the Football League anymore.
A long time since we were in the playoffs, yeah. And Paul Cook's never won a playoff campaign ever. He's only ever gone up.
Oh, great!
So he's already talking about himself being the bad omen. So it's fun to be in it again. But yeah.
What about you, Danny?
Playoff history? Well, I think I forget whether it's 8 or 7 seasons we've been in the EFL, but the only thing I can think of, the only time we were actually in the playoffs was against the 2 legs against Stockport County, where we got to second leg. I think we had about 30 seconds where we were in front. Everybody was like, I wasn't on the pitch. I'm sure some people were. They got an equaliser, went to penalties. Then Stockport launched themselves to where they are now. So we've not got great record in it. It always seems to be the minimum expectation for any manager. If they don't take us to within a whisker of a playoff spot, as Cal did last season, or actually get us in the playoffs, they tend to get binned off managers previously. So Cal's secured his job for next year, I believe. But one thing I just want to say, even though we're playing Grimsby, who I think are a good team, and I actually really like that their manager doesn't come out with a load of bullshit. He basically just says things that make sense, that reflect the game I've actually seen. I don't think he's trying to. I don't need a handbook to interpret what he actually means. I like the plain speaking of the Grimsby guy, but footballing wise, every time, especially when we play Chesterfield at their place, and I go because I love going to their ground. I always just think these guys are on another level in terms of how well they understand patterns of play. I think they're an excellent team. I haven't seen you. Maybe you've been to our place since January, Dave. I don't know, but especially at your place, we always seem to play it early in the season for some reason. Love going, and I just think you are very slick compared to us. You're like our project about 3 years advanced. Really respect what you're doing.
It's very kind.
There you go.
So I didn't know what to say.
Flattery will get you everywhere, Danny.
Since we managed to stop letting in loads of goals, it's got a lot better because the first half of the season we were great, but we had a right Achilles heel of just letting in loads of really sloppy, rubbish goals at rubbish times. And I think we've only let in 4 goals in the last 8 games. So since they've managed to tighten it up a bit at the back, it makes the slick stuff much nicer to watch when you're not going to have a centre of half falling on his arse on 47 minutes.
Well, the bookies can't separate the 4 teams. I look at the betting this morning, and they're 11-4, 11-4, 3-1, and 100-30, which isn't it? Yeah, it's a fag paper, so they don't know. I mean, to me, and the stats point to Chesterfield. That's where the stats point. But what do you boys think? I mean, what do you think, Danny? You don't feel very confident, do you?
I don't. But like I said, I genuinely feel jaded. I've looked back and I've done 105, 106 articles, all about 2,000 to 3,000 words. That's Lord of the Rings territory. You know what I mean? I'm all thought out in terms of producing words. But talking about the thing is, what's most important in a playoff matchup? Is it a strong defensive unit who can catch teams on the break, which we can do? We've actually really sorted our defence out. We've got 2 centre halves, Adi Aluo and Brandon Cooper. Absolutely excellent. I think Grimsby are going to have trouble with them, but we can't finish. Whereas I'm hearing about all these goals that are going in for Grimsby. That's if we go behind early on in the first leg, that's a worry, because then we have to chase the game. We'll become automatically less defensively solid because we're pushing forward. That's a minefield. But if we go ahead early, we can probably hold it. Because we are in our back 4 system now. We've finally changed the madness of an 18-month run with a back three, I do think we can potentially hold on to something. Not over 180 minutes, but goals win games, but does sometimes a bit of defensive grit get you over the line. I can't call it. It's so tough.
Jordan, you must be sort of confident. I mean, you've beaten Salford twice.
Well, yeah, there's that. I think with it's quite the interesting matchup, because I think when I was looking at the teams, because we knew that we was going to be in the playoffs, so that our last game against Tranmere didn't matter. I think we was all sort of looking at the teams we could play. Obviously, the one I would have wanted to avoid was Chesterfield. But I also looked at the other two, Notts County, which we have beaten this season, and then Salford, as we mentioned, that we've done a double over this season. Just generally, I know it doesn't really matter in much of the playoffs, but I think generally speaking, I think we've had the upper hand against Salford for the past few years, really. Other than the odd game, I mean, you beat us at our place last year, didn't you? But I think generally speaking, especially at the at your ground, Danny. But yeah, it's quite the interesting prospect. Look, we could talk about how we've done in the league and all that sort of stuff. I think you could put it about two ways, really, when you're talking about, we've done a double over them. I think one instance is the fact is we know we can go there and beat them. We've done that this season. I know Danny's already spoken about they've been a bit different. I was listening to your interview earlier on the View from the Findus, which was quite interesting. But we've also but you can also put it in the sense of, right, that they've done us already. We're not going to have this happen again. And I think that was certainly, I think back to our National League campaign when we came up, albeit it was a one-game shootout. I'd rather it obviously be two in this case, but I look at the final that we played against Solihull. Solihull did the league double over us that season. I think Paul Hurst, who was the manager at the time, was sort of going on about, you've lost to him twice, you're not losing to him a third time. And I think that really got us over the line, really. But we know we've got match winners in this team. We've got goals all over the pitch. We've got players that are coming back from injury. I like to think anyway. And we know we can have our influence in games, and we know we can be quite. So I think one of the things that have quite surprised me this season is how defensively solid that we have been at times. I mean, obviously, last season was a bit here, there, and everywhere, really. The fact we nearly got into the playoffs on a -6 goal difference, really. So it was all a bit all over the place. But this year, we know we can score goals, and we do have real threats. I'm not saying that. I mean, Salford will pose a threat. Anything can happen over 2 games of football. It'll be quite interesting to see. It's obviously a packed out Blundell Park, obviously this Sunday, and then going to their place next week. We'd like to hopefully. I think it's probably a case for us of going to Salford with something. I think we could probably do something from there.
Luke, before I bring you in, everybody at home, I mean, Ryan's just put Salford to get promoted. Danny will love that. Luke, we can sit not in judgment, but I mean, obviously, these 3 boys in front of us are a little bit biased in their points of view. Well, except for Danny, who doesn't think they got much of a chance. But
reverse psychology, Danny.
Well,
it's reverse psychology. That's all it is.
Yeah. Dave doesn't look overexcited about anything. I think you probably like us last year. You're trying not to get too carried away because the disappointment's a killer. But Luke, we can sit and. Not in judgment, but certainly have an unbiased opinion. What's your feel?
I mean, it is a tricky one to call. Straight off the bat, I don't think there's a clear, obvious sort of shout. I think the perception of those that I've seen online have kind of been leaning more towards Grimsby, and I was probably thinking along the same lines, just because I think when it comes down to this sort of situation, it's knockout football. It can just come down to who's got the bottle, and I already know for a fact Grimsby have got the bottle because we've seen them go and beat Man United. And we've had these crucial games right towards the end of the season that they've pulled through as well. So that naturally sort of gives me some sort of backing towards them. Obviously, Chesterfield have the record in their favour, so I think that's something you've got to look at, but. It's still not a given because you've got to go and actually win the games. Like if you think back to our last League One playoff campaign, we played Wickham 3, 4, 5 times that season,
Yeah,
beat
and
them
lost
4
once.
of those times. The one time we didn't beat them was the first leg of the playoffs. That was the important one. So it's definitely not a given. I don't think you can necessarily discount Salford. On their day, they can be, a very strong side. Ultimately, they've won the most games in this division this season.
That's a pretty fair point there. The difference
yeah.
with this season, there isn't really an underdog in the playoffs, and there isn't. Danny, you look like you want to say something.
Not at all. I mean, I always do, to be honest. But what Luke's saying there, yes, we've won shed loads of games. Has anybody lost more than us?
No, I mentioned that to you before, didn't I? I said to you, you'd lost a lot of games, and you're in the playoff berth.
4 draws, maybe 5 draws across the season. It's just. I just don't think Carl enjoys games that are drab and like that. I think he's. Yeah, there was a time, I think I've said this maybe on a previous podcast, when he's at the start of his first full season, which was the start of last season, I believe. We had a bit of an iffy start, and we were the lowest XG producing team, if not the EFL, definitely in League Two. And then we started to look a bit more defensively solid, but then he just thought, actually, no, forget this. Let's just start bombing forward again. So, yeah, he can't help himself. I think Carl knows that sometimes to win games, over a 2-leg, you can't just go from the beat of the bang and just go for it straight away. I don't think he will. I was saying, as Jordan will know, he mentioned, listen to the view from the Findus. I said, I think at least the first 3 quarters of the first leg will be a write-off for us. I think we'll try and kill it, especially because we're away from home. And if Grimsby allow us to do that and somebody play into our hands and we can nullify them, absolutely great. And I do think, surprisingly for Salford, we'll have a packed house for the reverse fixture, because we're doing the tickets are going like hotcakes. Everybody wants 3, for the family members. So there's going to be an atmosphere unusually so at our place. So I think that adds a little bit of spice that you don't normally associate with matches against Salford, I think.
Well, do you think you got a slight edge with your pit? I mean, I'm not, but I mean, when we played at your place, it was a bit of a field, wasn't it?
I think actually. I mean, there's always going to be that. There's always the slope aspect of it, which is unavoidable until they actually plough some money into that system, rather than just the forward line, which is, as I said, slightly underperforming. Being at home, I think we bought a team, strangely enough. They should have talked to the groundsman. The groundsman should have been as part of the recruitment team. And they should have said, what kind of football are we going to be able to play on this from about January onwards? And the groundsman would have said, rugby. That's what he would have said. Because every now and again, it's like Luke mentioned before, on our day, and he's absolutely right. If you watch our game when we beat Barnet away 3-1, what an absolute performance that was. Wasn't at home. And we very rarely bring the ball down and play through our best technical footballer, George Grant, who may actually be injured for these ties, which is devastating, because when he gets time to bring the ball down and the ball is actually kept below head height, we are a very, very good team. But like you said, Cole, that our pitch is recovering from its absolute direness, but it's just not good enough. When you go to some of the other grounds that are just amazing, that there's some really, really good pitches out there, and ours isn't one of them. And we bought and recruited a team that likes to play football. It's odd. The groundsman should have been on those scouting calls. I'm telling you.
Well, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, really. Dave, we can slag Nottingham off because they're not here. What's your feeling about them?
Stand them, to be honest. Yeah, they're. I mean, it's funny because our games against Notts are always great. They're always fantastic.
You're not that far apart, are you?
No, not far at all. And there's never been a rivalry. Our rivalry's always been with Mansfield, historically, because of the miners' strike back in the 80s. So this rivalry with Notts County has only really happened because we were both in the National League at the same time and both going for promotion at the same time and had a lot of ding-dongs on the way to promotion. So it just seems to be how it's fallen in the last 7-8 years that we've always been vying for the same spots and the same promotion races and things like that, which has just over time has just kind of heated it up. And then we have got Armando Dobra, who just gets under their skin more than I've seen any player get under any team's skin ever. Their fans hate him. Their players hate him. I mean, Ollie Norburn just picked up his boot and threw it into the stand last time he played them, getting the most ridiculous red card. And you could see after we beat Swindon at the weekend, they interviewed Dobra afterwards. You could see that he was already smiling about it, thinking, "Oh, it's great! I get to go and wind up Notts County fans again." So it's
that was
good
a
fun.
nice little win for you, wasn't it?
It'd be great.
Did you enjoy beating Swindon?
Yeah. And like the great thing about that was that they had a little bit of swagger about them. You know, we had to go and get a draw, but we don't really know how to. Well, I say we don't know how to go and play for a draw, but we have got a lot of them this season. We've been quite effective at that. But we don't go and play for a draw, and they had kind of a bit of swagger going about it. And apart from kind of we let in a stupid goal just before half time, then just after half time, Swindon had a bit of a go. But apart from that, we were kind of, it felt quite comfortable.
Did they take it badly?
Yeah, and
Did they take
funny.
it bad?
So what?
Did they take it badly?
Oh, Swindon. Yeah, I mean they were.
What a shame.
Yeah, they didn't look like a happy bunch. And the camera. I was looking at some of the footage afterwards that kept panning to Holloway in the stands, and he was just kind of screaming his head off in the stands. It's kind of. I remember when we last spoke actually, and we were talking about Swindon, and I always felt that their wheels were going to fall off because I don't know whether is there like a bit of a. They never really seemed like a harmonious bunch, and disciplinary wise there's this kind of, you're always seeing a few red cards thrown around and a few players that look a bit grumpy, and you know it's always kind of, even for the last 3 or 4 months I've been saying to quite a few people I could see it being us and Grimsby in the final, because it always felt that we were kind of on the hunt of the teams ahead of us, and I felt for a period it was either going to be Swindon or Salford that would implode. And to be fair, Salford had a good finish and sailed ahead of that. But
for a change,
well, good finish to a degree. I know.
I feel sorry for him, Danny, because he's sitting there in the corner and he don't look very happy about this. Do you want to swap with us, Danny?
Listen, no, Dave's talking sense. Keep it rolling, Dave. Yeah, I
you know
hear you.
The thing is, Cole, I mean, like, you've got to think I look at it from the perspective when we've played each of the teams, and again, like Salford away, I thought it was a really tough game.
Yeah, it was.
And to be fair, I mean, the pitch was tough, but to be fair, Salford, you scored a worldie, brilliant goal, really well taken goal. And it just showed, you can take your chances on your day. And going back to what Danny said, I've always taken an interest, thanks to Luke, the League 2 lowdown, no plug intended, and Jordan as well. But it's really interesting starting to watch teams around you, and particularly when you're in that hunt for promotion, you're looking around at the likes of Salford, Chesterfield, Cambridge, Grimsby, even Oldham at one point, to be fair. Barnet, another team that probably if the season had gone on for another few weeks, may have been there as well. But I think, Salford, I know you're sort of feeling a bit frustrated by it, Danny, but only from what I've seen when we've played you and from what I've seen of some of the teams, I think you've got the ability to really hurt teams on their day. It's just consistency, I think, is the key for Salford. And the thing is, it's the same for Chesterfield, Grimsby, Nottinghamshire County, or whatever they want to call themselves. It's literally a flip of a coin, because on your day, and we know it against Crawley, everyone said, "Oh, Dons are going to walk those two." It's Crawley, and look what happened. Nothing is for granted. Those two games, they're literally, and it's a cliche, but they are both cup finals in themselves. By winning that, you're one step closer to get into the next league up, and that's the drive. And I think to Dave's point, having the stats is great, but does that actually put unnecessary pressure on Chesterfield, because you've got the stats, you've got to go out there and consistently do it? Does that almost perversely take the pressure off the other teams, because everyone thinks they're going to win, so just go out there and enjoy yourself? So it's mind games at this point. I think a lot of it's down to mind games, and not just with each other as teams, but with the players that you've got in that dressing room.
Just on that, Aidan, if I could.
Yeah.
Because our friend Mr. Robinson has been saying for about 2 months, 8 cup finals left now, lads. Peter cried wolf. We've actually got some now. They're here. Like if we've been using that kind of motivation to push ourselves to this point, admittedly with a bare-bone squad, you know, I mean, we've been making do with cast-offs like Ros Longello and Josh Osterfield and Prince Will. I can't pronounce his surname. I mean, I genuinely cannot. I just call him Prince Will. I can't even type it. So how we've ended up here is absolutely amazing because no Kelly and Mai, no Callum Cisse, no Kadeem Harris, our most expensive in terms of weekly wage, Michael Rose, 3-year contract, hardly played a game this season. He was supposed to be the bedrock of our defence. Not really played. So we are here, but it's just like I said, I do wonder if we can keep lifting ourselves. If we played literally 8 games at cup final intensity, have we got 3 left?
Yeah.
Or 2?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, again, I suppose going to Chesterfield as well. We remember the game at SMK. So again, talking about from our perspective, the 2-2. You know, a lot of us thought, oh, we're 2-0 up, we're going to win it. And then obviously Griggy does Griggy things and scores the equaliser.
Yeah, exactly. At the end at the corner flag.
I know. I won't say I wasn't sore because I was sore. He did that in the home. I was like, you had a legacy, Will. You've just gone and done shithousery. Fair play to him, to be fair. But again, you know, when you see Chesterfield, comeback kings, they never know how to quit. It's like you're 2-0 down, but you still keep going. And you see a lot of that with Chesterfield. So I think you've got a lot of resilience in that squad, Dave. I think there is, you know, and the stats are on your side. But I think that's the teller is Cookie coming out saying, oh, I'm the unlucky omen. Again, mind games. He's just, I think he's definitely not thinking it. He's probably looking at it going, do you know what? We've got the edge here in terms of this season. Let me take that in the dressing room. Let me just try and somehow use that as a bit of an advantage. But I generally think the first game for Chesterfield will be a draw. Weirdly, I don't know why. And I think it'll go to the second game. I generally think it'll be like that.
Right, I'm going to ask you 2 Milton Keynes boys. There's obviously 3 of us. I'm going to say who would, if you, the Dons, were in the playoffs against these 3 boys, well, even the 4 of them, who would you least like to play against, Luke?
Well, I think I'd stick with my original idea of who I think is going to potentially win it. Yeah. So I'd probably say Grimsby. Like I said, I just think they've got the bottle. And you know, I think that's such a huge thing. Although there is also something to be said for teams that don't lose, and Chesterfield are definitely in that category. I think everyone can just be grateful that no one has to play Cambridge because they're already up. So because they would have been a nightmare in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Luke. I'll slip your tenner in later.
Right, who would you least like to face, Aidan, if the Dons were in it?
I mean, just coming on to Jordan. I mean, again, the 2 games against Grimsby, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, but the 2 of the most painful games for me to watch because you just don't know how to lose. It's like, you know, no, we're going to grab this, and particularly the game at your place, I thought was an incredible game of football. Really enjoyed it. So I just. Grimsby are always one of those teams that just got grit. It's the only way I can describe it. Just a team with grit, and they just know how to fight. And I think for that purpose, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs. 100% think that, Jordan. Who would I least like to play? I'd probably say Chesterfield. I just think you've got a squad there that's capable of hurting teams. We saw at Stadium MK. We should have won that game, Dave. We should have easily won that game, but you just found a way back in. And I think even the last few seasons of League Two, I think Chesterfield for me have been a team that have always caused me a bit of concern. Salford, again, you know, is a really tough one, but I think out of the squads there, on paper at least, I think Chesterfield would be the one that would worry me the most on paper. And with the stats, I think that. But again, the other 2 teams, I generally go with the comments that some of the fans have already put in from our side here. This is probably going to be the hardest playoffs to call. I think every team except Nottinghamshire County, you know. But I think, in all seriousness, it's so close to call. You've all got really strong squads. Really strong squads. I think it will be a fag paper in terms of who gets through those two legs to the final. It really will be.
I would hate to be playing Grimsby. So that's 3-0 there for you, Jordan. I'd hate to be playing Grimsby because they're so unpredictable. You know, I do my fixed odds coupon on a Saturday, and I used to put Grimsby in, and they always lost when I backed them. And when I didn't fancy them at all, they always bloody won. And you think, how the hell have they done that? You know, it was a bloody thing. Chesterfield, I thought we had 2 strong games against Chesterfield, and I found them a very difficult team to play. And Salford, I wouldn't like to be going to Salford looking for a result. You know, I mean, if Grimsby, if it's a draw going up to Salford, I think I'd just favour Salford. You know, so I mean, Jordan, you're gonna be looking for an advantage going up to Salford, aren't you? So
well, yeah. Look, like I said earlier, look, I think we have to get something from the game of the weekend.
Yeah.
Because we know how good of a team Salford can be on their day.
Yeah. And what about you, Dave? Are you looking?
I'm quite happy that we're playing the second leg away, to be honest, because our away form versus our home form is pretty much identical. We've actually been really strong away from home, and the thought of potentially celebrating getting to Wembley at Meadow Lane is really quite exciting. So I'm quite happy that we're playing away, and then if we get to the final and it's against Grimsby, we just need to take it to penalties because we know what the
No, I'd rather not. We could take the Man United penalties, but if we're taking any of the stuff that we've had in the league this year, absolutely, I might as well just head to the exit there and then. To be quite honest with you, but yeah.
Right, so I mean, Danny said earlier that loads of people are buying Salford tickets, and unusually there'll be an atmosphere at Salford. His own words, not mine.
I'll speak the truth.
How the ticket sales going for you boys, Dave and Jordan?
Good so far. I think from what I've seen, I think we've sold over 5,000. I expect that to be bumped up because they were early on sale for season ticket holders to begin with for the home game. I expect it to be a full sellout. I think we've had. I think this season, from what I recall, is probably our best attended season at home, from what I recall. And I expect for a game of this magnitude, where it's been so long since we've had a sort of game like this as an EFL club, I think the demand will be quite high. Not just for, I think, these next 2 games, or potentially 3 if we get to Wembley, but also for next season, regardless what league we're in next year. I think there'll be. I think the club is in such a good place at the minute. With all the stuff that's happened with the cup runs and how we are as a club, you can see there's evident progress. And I just think the lure to come and watch us at the minute, if you're around this area, I don't think I've seen it this big.
Dave, what's going on at Chesterfield?
Yeah, well, we put the tickets on sale at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, and they were sold out in less than an hour. And then they put the remaining unsold season tickets on sale this morning, and I think they were gone in about 10 minutes. So we've sold it out quite easily. And I mean, I think we're on a similar trajectory probably to Grimsby in the last few years. Our attendances has been going up and up thanks to the work that the Community Trust are doing. So we're getting kind of an 8,500, 9,000 average now, which when you've got a 10,000 seater, when you get a playoff, it sells those extra ones out quite quickly. And then everyone's now just waiting for the scramble for Notts County tickets, which I think are potentially going on sale tomorrow or the day after.
Well, of course, if we'd have been in the playoffs, of course, we'd have sold our stadium out as well. So,
indeed. Luke, can I ask you a question? Obviously, we haven't got Nottinghamshire, Trent, County, Bridge, whatever they want to call themselves on the show to defend themselves, which is hilarious. What do you take? I mean, from their perspective, do you think they're walking into this confident against Chesterfield? What do you think their sort of, I suppose, proposition would be on this?
I think they will probably be a bit worried at this point because they did sort of tail off towards the end. I know they had a good result final day, but I think they've been hit with a heavy amount of injuries in defence, and that's kind of put a dampener on things for them. And I mean, even just looking back to the last playoffs they were in, which I don't particularly want to do because they were beaten by a certain team that we don't like to talk about. But yeah, no, they collapsed in those games, and I just keep thinking back to that Alassane Jatta red card. So these key moments. I don't want to discount them entirely, because at the end of the day, they still have good players that all it takes is a moment of quality sometimes, and they do have players that are capable of that. Jatta being one of them. Obviously, F1 likes to talk about Jody Jones. They've got plenty of those names in that squad. But I think, at least based off of recent form, what I've seen from them, I'm not convinced by them at all, to be honest. So of course that means they'll somehow make it to the final. Now I've said all of that, but
I hope not.
yeah,
It's quite ironic because they're not here to defend themselves, isn't it?
You know what, Luke?
Oh,
You
yeah.
say this just as an aside. You said about when they played that lot down the road. If ever there was a game I'd never wanted either team to ever win, that was it.
Yeah, it's
I've
funny,
never
isn't
been
it?
in a situation where I just didn't want either team to win. It was just like, I can't answer this. They're just, again, from my perspective, I'm not saying no disrespect to the guys coming on, but probably one of the most arrogant fan bases I've ever come up against in League Two. Derogatory about every team.
And we gifted them a game, didn't we? Gifted them.
Yeah, we did. But I just found it incredible. It's like I've said all season, and like everyone on here will attest to it. There is no easy game in League Two. This is a really, really tough league, and I don't think unless you're in it, people really appreciate just how hard a league it is to get out of. So to even get into the playoffs is a massive achievement in itself. To be fair.
Yeah, for sure it is. And to be fair, at the beginning of the season, I don't think I had not anywhere near it, to be honest, because you had this whole thing of Patterson coming in, and we were all like, well, what's he doing here? He barely did anything with Burton, and actually they've done well. It's just right towards the end that they've started to fall off just a little bit. So that's sort of the only.
I watched them against. Was it Cambridge?
Yeah, that was the
one.
And
they absolutely looked awful. I mean, Cambridge were on it a little bit, but I mean, even so, I thought Notts County. I don't know how we're going to draw this to a conclusion, because I mean, I'll say you're all going to go for your own team, but I'm looking at Danny. I'm not 100% sure.
You know me well.
Yeah, well. So, how do you want to draw it to an end, Aidan?
Well, I think we do predictions, but also, if it makes it easier for the three guys, who would you want to play in the final?
Yeah, how about that one?
There we go.
And you can't have us.
Be an easy win, right? There we go. Jordan, start with you. Who would you want in the final if you're looking at this?
It's quite an interesting one. Look, you obviously get Chesterfield, and they've done a league double over us this season. So there's always that, as I said earlier, they've beaten us twice this season. You're not beating us a third time, sort of mentality going into a one-game shootout. But Notts County as well. I mean, it's our game against Notts. Every time we play Notts, something always seems to happen against them. Well, I mean, look, us and Notts, I think I like the two most promoted and relegated clubs in the EFL. We sort of know between the two fan bases that, yeah, we've been on roller coasters before in terms of league seasons. I think probably, say we get past Suffolk, I think probably the one you wanted to play the most, it probably would be Notts. I mean, I've seen how Chesterfield. I mean, I take the Chesterfield game when they beat us 2-1 a couple of weeks ago. As much I don't think we played particularly great on the night. Certainly out with the three we're playing, they run us ragged at times to Chesterfield. You can see that they had some unbelievable quality, and Paul Cook likes to play the right way. And obviously they're going into this with the momentum. So there's always going to be a bit of a daunting aspect. I'd probably itch towards Notts County for the one I'd rather play than Chesterfield, personally.
Right, good stuff. Thanks, Jordan. Dave, how about for yourself?
Oh, what, in terms of who to play in the final?
Yeah.
It's difficult, because I think a game against Grimsby in the final would just be a great occasion. I think the stadium would be packed, and you'd have two teams going at each other, and I think it would be great fun. But I think we would probably, I don't know. I was going to say I think we have a better chance beating Salford, but I don't know if we would, because Salford, like you say, would keep it tight and probably would probably be playing a way that we're not very good at playing against. So it would probably be more of a a nerve-wracking to and fro kind of encounter against Grimsby, kind of a bit back and forth. Against Salford, it might be a bit tighter, and it can kind of go down to and end up being a 1-0 or something like that. So I think they'll both be very different games and different propositions. But I think for me, if we could just get to the final, I think Paul Cook talks a lot about progress every season. So if you can finish a position higher or a few points higher or get to the next stage, and like we finished 9 points better off and a position better off than last season. Obviously, went really flat in the knockout. So I think if we could get a stage further, even if that does mean losing a final at Wembley, then it's still kind of progression. But it would be.
You've got your excuses in early. I like that.
What I've done is on purpose. I have booked a half-term holiday at Haven at Thornwick Bay on the East Coast, because the holiday would start on the Monday when we have the playoff final. So I've done it on purpose because I thought if I book a holiday, we'll definitely get to Wembley, and then I'll have a horrid decision to make. But if we don't, I've got a holiday at the seaside. So
I like your logic. I like it. I like it. So where have you booked your holiday, Danny?
No, it's too clever for me, all this double bluff malarkey. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense now I think about it, because it's like, it's kind of, and it's an each way bet, really, isn't it? In a way. I think I'm going to say not County, because I would fear playing Chesterfield on the Wembley pitch. I think that would be a difficult thing, because I think they're a team that would. I mean, Jordan said that they played that Chesterfield played the right way. I think it was Jordan who said that, and they do. We try, maybe 1 in every 8 games when the sun comes out and we're on a surface that's even for a change. We try and play football as well, but I sense that Chesterfield, that's part of the DNA of what they do. So on that pitch, I think they'd be a difficult proposition. When it comes to supporter numbers. Yeah, we wouldn't probably. We do our best, but we wouldn't probably represent ourselves very well. Unlike clubs with much more history behind them, much bigger fan bases, who would just bring everyone, the wives, girlfriends, personal trainers, best friend's daughter. Everybody's going. But even for the Man City games, it was probably still less than 2/3 full the away end. So. Our pulling power is massively reduced, even for a big occasion like that. I'd love to see us there, but I'll just tell you this. I mean, it's oversharing, but I've had 3 dreams about the result of these games, about us being in promotion. Right. One was leading up to the last game of the season, and 2 have been the last few nights, and we've won every time. But my reaction is like, it's so overpowering.
I had a dream we'd beat Fleetwood.
Well, honestly though, but does it mean something? I've had 3 dreams that we've won in every one, and our outpouring of grief and happiness and everything, and angst and frustration and all that, it all came out. So yeah, maybe it means something. I know dreams are just kind of something that your brain's doing while you kind of recharge overnight, but Notts County was the answer, which I started with and I'll finish with. I think they're a better proposition for us. I think we seem to do well against them, and they seem to be less consistent a threat than the other 2. Well, in this case, the only other team we could face would be them or Chesterfield. So I'll say Notts County.
Can I just come back to the point on? Sorry, can I just come back to the point? I think David made a really good point with Chesterfield and progression. It's somewhat similar to us, really. It's pretty much what David Artell has always been about this season, always moving on to worry about the next game, but we're also on about this so-called P word that he goes on about. And I think it's no secret that we have made progress this year in pretty much every area, like more wins, more goals scored, least conceded, all that, more points tally, and it's only just got us into the playoffs. I think, especially both of our clubs are certainly heading in the right direction for that. So no, I do certainly see a lot of similarities in that regard. Obviously, now we've got the progress. I think, whatever happens, even if we go up or not, I think this club is in probably the best place I've certainly ever seen it. And look, if it's not to be this year, it's not to be. But I know I think probably most clubs will probably all the same. But I think we've got unbelievable foundations to kick on next year. If it's not to be, like, we've only got like 5 players that are out of contracts. Like, most of them we've got tied down already. We'll only get, yes, we might have a bit of competition fending off 1 or 2 clubs for a few of our players. But I trust the club to do what we are at the minute. I just know. Honestly, whatever happens, this has been my favourite season supporting the club, without a doubt, with the cup runs and obviously the red ribbon. And I know I'll shut up now because I know I've been rambling on a little bit.
Well, no, not at all, Jordan. Honestly, thank you. Really appreciate it. Cole, I'm going to come to you. Obviously, we're on the outside. It's weird being on the outside because I still feel like I'm going to wake up and we're in the playoffs. Sort of beach chair, Steve from Crawley. Yeah, exactly. I still haven't got over it. Knowing, obviously, from an outside perspective, who do you think's getting to the final, and then also who do you think's going to win it?
God almighty.
Luke, you've got a few seconds to think about this.
I can see a case for every single team. Like you say, people are saying it's the closest playoffs I've ever known. And you look at some of the, League One and the Championship, and you look at it, and there is nobody that goes that little bit further. They've all got the unpredictability of Grimsby, the Chesterfield. I think one of the best playing football sides in the division, and and Salford, they just seem to have the X factor when it matters most. And I mean, when we played them up there, I thought they were a bloody hard team to break down, and we couldn't break them down, but and Nottingham, well, I mean, if I felt anything, I'd rather play Nottingham in the final if the Dons were there, because I felt we gifted them the game by 2 unbelievable bloody mistakes, which still haunt me to this day, and thankfully we've gone up. But I think to myself, if we'd have won that game, and we should have won that game, we'd have been champions today. So,
maybe.
So I don't know. I really. I'm a stats man. I like a good stat, and I looked at that stat this morning when I wrote it, and I couldn't believe that in the head-to-head, Chesterfield had beaten every team home and away. And I like a bet, and I'm really thinking I might be going down to bookies tomorrow and putting a bet on Chesterfield tomorrow.
Okay, who do you think they're going to be playing in that final, though, Cole?
Put your money on a Kyle McFadden winner. There you go.
Exactly.
39-year-old big head.
I don't know.
Griggy.
Who are they going to play? I don't know. Bloody hell. I don't know. I like.
You can't pop out. You've got to give us an answer, Cole.
I've said I'd hate to be playing bloody Grimsby. I really would, because you never know what you're going to get. Well, we don't know what we're going to get when we play Grimsby. I don't know. I can't. I can't. I think Chesterfield will be in the final, and I'd have to toss a coin for the other game.
All right. So we know Cole thinks Chesterfield, and he's copped out on the second part. Luke, what's your...
I'm going to back Chesterfield to win it outright.
Yeah. I know. That's good. It's all good. Don't worry. I'm only teasing you.
Luke, do you know what pleases me the most about this?
Go on.
Well, with the exclusion of Nottingham, we'll get one of these 3 boys back next season.
100%.
That'd be great. And you know where my heart lays, don't you?
I do. He's done it. He loves the microphone. Luke, coming on to you. Who do you think's getting to the final, and who do you think's winning it?
There's only one thing I'm confident on, and that is that Chesterfield will beat Notts. I'm very confident on that. Sorry, I've just condemned you, but there you go.
To blame, basically.
Yeah, basically.
I'm going to look forward to watching it all, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, you boys won't be able to relax, but I will.
Yeah, it's great entertainment for us. Right? I think the Grimsby-Salford game is a lot tougher to call. I certainly wouldn't be surprised if Salford were to get the result. But like I said, I think it just comes down to mentality in these sorts of things, and that's where I think Grimsby have a slight edge. And you then get to the final. I keep changing my mind on this, but my gut upon seeing the 4 teams that were in the playoffs was Grimsby. So I'm going to stick with my gut and go Grimsby to win.
There you go.
There you go. Thanks, Alec. See, I had a dream as well, Danny.
Yeah, but
not about... Martin Luther King. I had a dream about Salford, Perversity, and Chesterfield. Right, and the whole thing playing out. So I had Chesterfield. This is probably going to be completely wrong. So completely ignore this clueless individual that's clearly going to say everything's going to be wrong. I had Chesterfield against that lot down the road, County, 2-2. And I had Chesterfield then going on to win 2-1 at Meadow Lane. And that's how I saw that playing out. I saw...
That would be a beautiful thing to watch.
Oh, it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. Obviously, Dave doing a pitching face as well. And then the whole Grimsby-Salford one, I've got in my... Again, this is just my head. I had that as a 2-2 at Grimsby, and I think Grimsby need to win the home. If Grimsby win the home leg, I think they're through. But I think if it goes to a draw and they go back to Salford, I can see it going either Salford or penalties and Salford getting through. I think the Salford-Grimsby game is the toughest one, as you both said, to call. But I think it all hinges on the game at Grimsby. If that's a stalemate and Grimsby don't take the edge, I think it's going to be a very tough proposition. And I think that will give Salford enough to go through to the final. So with that, I'm predicting a Salford-Chesterfield final.
Wow.
And then it's anyone's. I couldn't call it because and even that I could still be wrong. It could be Grimsby. I wouldn't be surprised anyway. But I just feel Carl Robinson, with what he's done at Dons over the years, he's been there. He's been around the block. He knows what it takes to get it done. He's got a good enough squad there, and I think he's a kind of manager. We all know he's a bit lippy, but I think he's a kind of manager that will just give them the kick up the arse to actually make the difference. And I think it could be on the day, and that's exactly it. On the day, it just takes one opportunity. And I think Cookie, I think Artell as well, but I think, again, I think Cookie's a really experienced pro. What he did at Portsmouth back in, was it 2012? Dave, and I think he got them up. They were champions last day of the season. They weren't even top of the league for like 2 minutes, I think it was. Whatever. But,
20 seconds.
Yeah, but what he's done there, what he's done at Wigan, and going back to Chesterfield, I think he's got a real desire to get Chesterfield back to where he thinks they at least deserve to be in League One. And I think it will be a battle royale in that final. And I don't see it being an easy one for any team. But if I'm really, really, really pushed, it's a difficult one. But I think Chesterfield have got. I just think you've got this on paper. I think you've got the squad and the depth to change things up when it's critical. And I think that could be this slight edge. But I think it will go to penalties for the final, to be honest.
Right. We've got to wind this up. We all expect you to predict your own teams, and I don't blame you. You've got to. All I can say is thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Third time this year. Hat-trick ball.
Yeah,
it'll be in the post. It won't really, but we wish you all the very best of luck. I just want you to remember that we'll be watching and smiling, and we won't give a shit.
I will. I'm going to be thinking of these three boys going through the mill because we did. And I tell you what, if I can get tickets for that final, I will definitely be going.
Yeah, we're thinking. We are thinking about going to the final, and Aidan will be at one end, and I'll have to be at the other end.
Well, we weren't an MK Don stop, so I'm going to get a ton
Salford
of abuse.
Need a few extra in there ends.
Yeah. Well, if Salford gets to the final, me and Danny are going to be there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If it's a Salford, if Salford in the final, I'll have to get Robbo on the back of a Don's kit and sit in your end. It'll just throw everyone.
Yeah.
So there you go. But
lads,
again, honestly, guys, generally, thank you so much for coming on. I generally wish you guys well. I hope you could all come up. Obviously, it doesn't work that way, but like I say, the two that don't, I hope next season you get autos and you go up that way, because it is a cruel, cruel game, is the playoffs. And you guys have been phenomenal when you've come on the show, and I can't thank you guys enough for what you've done this season for us. So thank you.
Trust me, we'd all like you in League One, because we can think of at least one team that we wouldn't want to be there.
Yeah, I can think 3 or 4, to be honest. But yeah, good stuff.
All right, lads, thank you very much.
All the best.
Enjoy the playoffs if you can. And we'll see one of you next season. Take care. Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Cheers,
guys. All the best, guys.
Thank you.
See you in League One.
I like it.
I like it. Yeah.
I like the way he got that in right at the end.
Yeah, that's
See you later. This is the thing. You look at. I generally, I'm not just saying this because the guys are on. I generally like all three teams. I think they're really good teams. They've got really good squads.
And ironically, 3 of the best guests we've had this season.
I'd go hands down on that. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we've had a few.
Can't forget Ryan at Colchester. Special men's
Ryan
We've got a lot of time for Ryan. Good lad.
Always a good man.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly right.
Always a good man. I'll tell you what I think we ought to do. I think we ought to play goal of the season.
I think we should. And then we'll talk all things Fleetwood.
Really? It's 25 to 10.
It's all right. We still need to talk. Lucas, come on the show, Colin.
All right. Okay.
I've had to put a lot of money in to get him on the show.
We go goal of the season. Put your votes on screen. Go for it, Aidan. Roll VT.
Roll VT.
From the streets to the stadium lights, dreams are rising, hearts unite. No borders can keep us apart. The game is love, the game's our heart. One world, one dream, we stand as one. The fire of football like the sun. Voices rising, hear the sound. The world together, the time is now. Sous le ciel, nos chants s'élèvent. L'espoir nous guide, rien ne s'achève. Main dans la main, on chante plus fort. Le football est notre trésor. Un monde, un rêve, toujours ensemble. Nos pas résonnent, la terre tremble. Les voix s'unissent dans le vent. La coupe du monde, c'est maintenant. De norte a sur, la pasión nos llama. Fútbol en el alma, fuego en la mirada. Baila la gente, vibra el corazón. Somos el mundo, la misma canción. Un mundo, un sueño, vamos a ganar. Cantemos juntos, déjate llevar. La fuerza del pueblo, siente el tambor. México, América, vive el amor. One world, one dream. Un mundo, un rey. Un mundo, un sueño.
There you go. That was the Don's Unplugged goals for this season that have been picked out.
Can I just say something?
Go for it.
Ryan, that's the best video you've done all year, mate. That was absolutely bloody brilliant.
Well, the others have been pretty decent as well, let's face it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the best one he's done. That was
he put a lot of effort into that, did our Ryan?
We
appreciate
brilliant.
it,
that was absolutely brilliant. So, what breeds it? You mean us three?
Don't listen, Matt. We know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. You know, Danny, Dave, and Jordan. Great to have them on. So I wish them all the very best. Joking aside, I know Notts County couldn't make it due to a few schedule changes tonight. But thank you, Luke, for representing the second team in Nottingham. Anyway, we'll leave it there. And Preston said Nemain for goal of the year for him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So out of the ones that you saw there,
put your name. Put me. I'm going to buck the trend.
Go on.
Hepburn Murphy. I love that goal.
I do. And
I absolutely love that goal.
For me, it was a toss-up between that and the Mendes line against Bromley because it was Bromley.
That hit the back of the net, I nearly self-combusted at the ground.
No, do you know what? I'm with you, Cole. For me, for the sheer quality of that goal, I thought it was absolute stunner. And it was mine, hands down. Luke, what about for you?
I think it's hard to look past the main one. I know that's the one that got given the award anyway, but it was just...
Yeah, but that don't count. That's a minor event. It's a minor event.
Well, yeah, it was that good of a goal. And to be fair, I think any other season, I think Russia's goal gets it, because that is just so satisfying to watch.
It is.
But yeah, I think it's just one of those, and then situationally as well, for the main, just the importance of that goal against Swindon, because that was a match-winning
That's
goal,
huge.
albeit early in the game. To pull off a moment of quality like that, it's hard to look past it.
So there you go, 2-1 on the Dons Unplugged panel for goal of the season goes to Rush and Hepburn Murphy. So Rush, hopefully, is still at Stadium MK next season, and Colin and I will bring you a Dons Unplugged engraved glass
Guinness
for
glass.
Dons Unplugged goal of the season. You haven't missed out on a trophy, my friend. We'll make sure we present that to you with Ryan as our presenter, given the video that he did as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, I applaud Ryan. That was an absolutely fantastic video. That
It
really
was a fantastic goal. Fantastic goal. But I'm with you, Luke. The Mainz goal was brilliant. But for me, I can't see past that Hepburn Murphy goal. I thought it was an acceptable goal.
Yeah, like you said, it was the most satisfying goal out of the lot. I mean, yeah, I don't deny the quality in the Mainz goal and all the rest of it, but you can't beat a long-range shot, can you?
No, I wish we did it a bit more, to be honest. I wish we did a bit more, but hey, maybe I'm just being greedy. There we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, obviously, I don't know if anyone knows that's watching, but we got
promoted.
Got promoted. Not just that, League 2 promoted. Don's going up. By the way, if you haven't got one of these, you want to get one, get yourself down on the Don's website. It's an online exclusive, highly worth it. And there's a lot more promotion stuff.
I'll tell you what, if we don't get product placement next year, it's bloody wrong.
I was waiting for this. I went in the bloody shop for it, and he said it's online. I was like, you mean I've got to go online and wait? I had to wait a week.
Outrageous. Now you're doing promotions about promotion.
Boom, boom. And it's drunk now, you can't really see it, but the MK Don's Guinness glass. Fantastic. Any Guinness drinking, loving MK Dons fan should have one. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, talking all things Fleetwood, Luke, it was a roller coaster. It was a great weekend, I will say. Special mention to the Dons family. I had a great time. Great to see so many fans in Blackpool the night before, celebrating and enjoying the promotion as well. What was your thought? I mean, it's a mixed one, right? Because you look at the likes of Ipswich, who became runners-up in the Championship, and it's the best thing that's ever happened. And it somehow felt like on the day, a lot of people just felt like the wind had been taken out. And understandably, we all wanted to win the title. I don't think that's the case that no one didn't want us to win it. But runners-up, I mean, again, disappointed. What was your take on the game and the whole thing overall?
I think it's almost like you can look at it in two ways. You can kind of look at it in isolation of, right, we're already promoted. It's just this one game. If we win it, we're champions. Or you can kind of look at the bigger picture of, hey, we're promoted. That was, the whole reason we're even playing this season and pushing so hard was to get promoted in the first place. Which I think that's kind of where the disappointment stems from, because ultimately the promotion bit was done. It was just whether we could get that final little bit, the icing on top of the cake. And it just kind of fell that little bit flat. I know I said a lot of it already in the video, but I'd say for a good.
You've got to credit Bromley though, haven't they? Undefeated at home.
Fair play to them.
And that's a huge part of their success. In fact, it's probably the main component of their success. Because away from home, I don't think they actually beat any of the top 7 away from home, and they actually had quite
top 8, I believe it was. Top 8.
Top 8. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. But that their home form has been a staple for them, and going into next season, it's probably going to need to be just as solid again for them to carry on. And I don't know what their goals will be, but I imagine just survival. But that'll be their main thing for them. And to be fair, I think
can you see him going straight back?
I'm not decided.
They haven't got the financial resources the same as some clubs, have they? So you're going to expect a very low budget.
I'll be honest with you. I've been thinking about this as well, because at first I was like, let the dog have its day. They've won the Championship. They're probably going to get relegated next season. We're probably going to go on to bigger and better things. Is my mentality on it. Frustrating as it is, because I wanted to win it, but que sera. Then there's another part of me that thinks, you look at the likes of AFC, and they managed to scrape don't swear, and they managed to scrape it on the second to last game of the season. Now you've now got two teams on a limited budget in a very close proximity to each other, competing for probably the same players. Now, if you're a player coming in, do you want to go to the team that has just done the title and gone up and on a crest of a wave, or do you go to the other one, which
or do you want to go? Do you want to go to the team that looks like they might be going bust?
Potentially. So I think perversely, Bromley going up could actually impede that lot down the road's ability to sign. I never thought of that.
That's a very good point.
You know, and so I think the fact that they're on the crest of a wave, the fact that they've never been this high, mentally as well as physically in terms of league status, I think that they're going to cause that lot down the road stifling problems and stifling some of the players that they may want to sign that they could court because the budgets are similar. If I'm a player that's courted by those teams, I'm going to go to Bromley because they're on the crest of a wave. Yeah. So I think with that in mind, and I think they will lose a few. I think the likes of Cheek may well go for a few quid to League Two, and they'll need to do some business like that to keep themselves sustainable. I would no doubt think, but I think they could be dogging enough just about to keep their heads above water next season. To be fair, to them.
So we're talking about Bromley, but us falling short obviously was very disappointing. We mentioned it in our pre-show advertising. Yep. We also touched on it earlier on. To me, I mean, it's easy now to say in hindsight. Warren even mentioned this in his post-match interview. Presentation night the week before, to the degree that some of them couldn't train midweek because they were so shit-faced from Saturday night.
Yeah,
they couldn't train.
You and I said this, and I'm going to put, and again,
we did say it.
We did say this. I think it was a ridiculous decision by the club. We're going into, we hadn't wrapped up. We just wrapped up promotion. You go into one of the most important games of the season. Why on earth we've pulled it forward? Because every other season in my memory, it's always been after the season's finished. I just think it was a really poor decision. Again, it's a great opportunity to meet the players. It's a great thing to have. I'm not saying the event was poor. Of course it's not. It's a wonderful event. I think the club did a credit to have such a great event. But I just think timing was poor because I think that's cost us the title personally because of the amount. Look, and I said to you after the Tranmere game, I went up to the bar with Mick, who was watching as well. We saw the players, and they were having a great time, and rightly so. They've been promoted, but they were wasted, and then that just carried on that night.
Well, footballers can't handle a lot of drink, can they? Because they're not used to it.
No, it's and I don't want to be like that guy that's sportsball, but discipline's critical. If you want to win the league, you need to go. Look, guys, it's time to celebrate, but there's a cap here because we've got to go out next week and win the lot.
Yeah, well, like I said, some of them couldn't train. Some of them couldn't train because they were still feeling the effects of Saturday night.
Yeah. And
that's not good preparation.
No, and that's what frustrates me is I just feel like.
Do you think, Luke?
Yeah, I think it just probably sent the wrong message, and unfortunately, and it gave them the license to enjoy the win they had and kind of, in the moment, forget about.
Well, we haven't got the job done, really, have we? We haven't got the job. That's right.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and I'm sure that that one night for them would have been absolutely brilliant, as it would have been for everyone there. I obviously wasn't at that event, but it just unfortunately made things that little bit more difficult in terms of getting the job done on the final day.
Do you think it took some of the not desire, but do you know what I mean? If
we had took half a yard out of our pace, Cole. I thought we looked a bit flat-footed. I felt. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
We thought we'd already almost done it, and now this is half the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there was an air of arrogance. I don't feel that at all. And again, the team have done a phenomenal job. Let's not forget that this season. But I just felt we probably shot ourselves in the foot. I feel like if it had been thought about a bit more, it's like there's a title to be won here, guys. Look, there's even if there's the events evening, just control it. Just keep a lid on it. We're back in training on the morning. Blah blah blah. And I just felt. Okay, they've had a good time and 100% deserve that good time, but it wasn't done. And it wasn't done. Yeah, Fleetwood had no pressure on them. They had nothing to play for, and you could see that they were having a great time. And do you know what? To be fair, their goals are really well taken goal. Fair play to them. But I just felt that we'd lost a little bit And again, some of the players on there were doing credit. I thought, special mention to Kelly again. I thought he was really, really good in that game. A little bit confused as to why he got taken off, because I thought he was our best player, to be quite honest. But I think some of those substitutions, because they were flat on their feet, and maybe that was down to the fact they'd all celebrated so hard the week before. But it's one of those, Cole. You're not going to not celebrate being promoted. I get that, but I think on hindsight, if
let's have it at the appropriate time.
Yeah. Warney and the team were looking at that again. Maybe they'd be like, do you know what?
I don't think if that situation occurs again and Warren's here, that'll happen again. I don't think so.
I don't think
because he mentioned it. He said, "Did they party too hard at the weekend?" And I think that's obviously stuck in his mind.
Yeah, 100%. And like I say, look, I'm not taking away from the players. I think they've done a phenomenal job this season. If you look at the season as a whole, last season, I said it before, we were 19th. We were about 5 odd points off of going down to go up in runners-up position. And this is the other thing. I know they didn't do the podium because they felt flat-footed. It's like, we're kicking the teeth. We let people down. We didn't want to still celebrate. I was really bemused as to why not. And I get some people go, "You're mad. Why are we celebrating? We lost the title." No, I'm celebrating promotion. We got promoted.
I wanted to. A lot of people hung around. But when the players walked off, everybody went, "Oh, it's not going to happen."
No, but I just feel
I think they denied us a chance to celebrate
as a club. And as I say, Fleetwood didn't do that. That was the club's decision, and I get it because the players weren't really up for it, and they felt, understandably frustrated. But look, I feel it demeans the fact that the runners-up trophy is still an important trophy. It might not felt like that at the time because we're all pissed off we didn't win the league, but we still achieved a hell of a thing going up in second place and being promoted. And I just think it would have been really nice to have celebrated that. It would have been bittersweet, but I still think we should have celebrated.
If you'd have offered anybody in August us being runners-up, they'd have ripped your hands off.
Of course they would have done. And I'd say, flip it the other way. Look at Ipswich, and it's a mentality. They corrected on the last day. They got runners-up.
Look at the way Cambridge celebrated
with a tray.
Cambridge, but
But it is, we won it. I can say that we won it.
Ran on the pitch at Crewe, and they celebrated like they won the league.
Yeah, I don't know. And I get it. I get the players probably weren't up for it. I get that, but it's it's not necessarily about that. It's like, pick yourself up, guys. We're runners up. We've been promoted. There's a lot of fans that have made their way. Let's celebrate with the fans. Let's make sure that we make the most of it. It's disappointing, yes, but it would have been really nice to have just seen.
In the cold light of day, I don't think they'll go down that route again.
I don't. Like I say, I just personally feel like, everyone's going to say, "Oh, runners up, yeah, it's a waste of time." I know some people walked out the ground going, "What's the point of celebrating runners up?" Every point. Would you rather that we were still in League Two like the season before, nearly went down? Give your head a wobble.
Listening to some of our fans, that's very much what they think. I just don't get
it. Give your head a wobble. Yeah. Give your head a wobble. I'm sorry, Cole. We went up. It was really disappointing. I was like you and everyone else for about half hour. I felt pissed off.
If you want to experience a season where you do bugger all season, go support AFC. Right.
Exactly. Luke, your thoughts on the runners-up piece? Did you think we should have done the medals and everything, or do you feel it was the right decision?
I think it would have been nice to do it. I can definitely understand the reasons not to. Because obviously, like I said, I mean, we've kind of all been saying the whole time, it's this kind of weird feeling. We're supposed to be happy, but we don't quite necessarily feel that way in the moment. But at the same time, I think it could have still been a positive moment for the club to do it. And, I think just for the fans to see that, I think that would have lifted the mood a bit from our perspective. You get a bit of energy back from the fans, and potentially that could help bring the players back up as well. So I think it was just a case of it probably would have been helpful to do it just to, let everyone build themselves back up again and just enjoy it for what it is. It is a promotion still. It's not the title, which is what we wanted, because we had a great chance to do it. But it is still another opportunity to celebrate what has been a very good season.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on it. It's a shame. It's a shame, Luke. But like I said, I hope, and again, I get it. Like but the trophy is there. It's at the club. My view, and I know a lot, and I'm speaking for a lot of people that have contacted me direct, and there's probably a lot more on social media, and it's split because you're going to get fans say, "What's the point? We've won a trophy. Celebrate we've won the trophy. Stick it out there for the fans to acknowledge." It would be really, really nice to see it. If the players aren't feeling it, I understand that. But as a team, as a city, as a club, we've won and we've achieved something that other clubs would rip your hand off for. So let's make the most of that.
Yeah.
I just think it's a shame not to.
Open top bus ride round.
I wouldn't go that far cold, but it would be nice to acknowledge it. It would be nice to acknowledge it. The Paul Wall masks were like something out of a horror show. Grant says, that was quite funny seeing that.
Right.
On the Fleetwood.
Can I make a suggestion?
You can do. Go for it.
Can we roll VT?
You need to go to the loo. Right. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll finish up. Absolutely.
And then we'll wrap up the comments and say goodbye and blow kisses to Luke and all sorts of things.
Luke, Matt says, tell you what, lads, with the amount of products you promote for the club, they should use you as a model. I don't think 5XL is the first, or a 4XL is probably what they want.
Well, I'm hoping Liam's
Luke could do it.
By the way, congratulations to Liam
and Kelsey,
who got married. They got married last weekend. Well done.
Whilst Fleetwood game was playing, and I know Liam.
While the Fleetwood, I hope it didn't upset them too much. Yeah. Exactly. So congratulations to Liam Kelsey. Probably on their honeymoon. I don't know.
Indeed.
No.
But on that note,
I think you should roll the VT.
We'll do. See you on the other side, Luke.
Will do.
See you there.
It's absolutely blown by, and we finally got to where we want to be.
Yeah, it's a great achievement for everyone involved. You know, we've worked hard behind the scenes, and new owner, new everything's going the right way, and it's something we're looking forward to.
Oh, amazing! Yeah, it don't get better than this. You know, this is what we do it for, and you know, it's been his ambition since the start, especially for me coming in for the club. It's one direction. So yeah, we're so happy with.
Our main objective was to get promotion, to get to League One, and we've done that. Yeah. We're promoted. Listen, we're a League One team now. We're a League One club, back to where we should be.
Just so pleased for the lads. I'm buzzing for them. They look so happy, and like I get emotional about stuff like this, but you don't have many days in your life that are absolutely amazing.
Say they stuck with us through the tough times last year, and this is the reward for all of us. And to be a part of it, this is exactly why I came to the club. Yeah. We made history. We got it done in front of the fans. We celebrated with them. Like, what's better than that? And they say they truly deserve it, and say.
It's been a season full of ups and downs, but we finally got over the line and secured our return to the league. Saturday was disappointing, no doubt, but looking at the bigger picture, the club has made history. We've achieved so much. The best away record, the highest goal tally, and 3 players named in Team of the Year. On top of that, we're the first club to win all 3 League 2 trophies, first, second, third. And in my opinion, that makes us the greatest club in League 2 history. And I've put together a short highlight video to celebrate the journey. I hope you enjoy it. everyone who's watched Team Talk. I hope you've enjoyed it throughout. We'll be back again next season. A big thank you as well to Aidan and Colin for giving us the opportunity to play a small part in their wonderful show. We will see you in League One. Come on!
Another great video.
Another one bites the dust. There's another one gone. Another one gone.
Exactly right. But not this show. This show is not biting the dust. We will be back with our regular show next season, as always.
Right, as brief as possible. As brief as possible.
Yes. There you go.
Brief as possible. Right. I want you, Aidan, and then Luke, to tell me what would be a fantastic one fantastic moment next season.
One.
Do you know what mine is?
Go on. I know what yours is going to be, but go
on. To beat AFC on the last game of the season, we go up and they go down.
Yeah. I think for me, beating Luton would be good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Luke, you're nodding your approval?
Hard to argue with that one, given that I'm Bedfordshire based myself. So.
Oh, right, okay. So there you go. Mine's beating AFC. Aidan and Luke is beating Luton. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy with that.
So is that a wrap, Aidan, or not? Or have you got any comments? Or has everybody gone to bed?
No, everyone's still. So we've got a few more comments here. I'll go for a few. Grant says, "Does anyone know how much notice we will get for the pre-season friendlies abroad?" Not at the moment, Grant. I did ask the club that question, but again, just keep a watch.
Well, he's already said they're going to Croatia, but that's about as much as we know, isn't it?
Absolutely. Andrew said Fleetwood felt like we ended up with the playoffs. Strange anticlimax. Yeah, it's weird. But look at the positives, mate. We're up. That's the main thing, right? Matt said disappointment of the game as we struggled to play our game with pace. Yeah, couldn't argue with that, mate. Matt says, imagine if we did get promoted. If we did that, if promotion still hadn't been confirmed or just before the playoffs, result of exactly that. Exactly that. Couldn't agree more, Matt. Couldn't agree more. Thank you for that. Kane says, Camden night said, presentation night is always before season is finished. I can't remember that not being the case. Most players are itching to get on holiday at the moment the season is over. Yeah, it's just a shame they couldn't wait till after the final whistle at Fleetwood, sadly. Hey ho, unfortunate. But thanks for that, Camden night.
Cheers, Paul. That's Paul. Paul.
It is Paul. Well, we always use hands, so anyway. And to think I thought it was our fault for the result because I didn't go to Fleetwood. First ever we played, exactly that, mate. Exactly. But look, let's not finish the show on a downer. We got promoted. We're back in League One. Anything's possible. But as Delbo would say, this time next year we could be in the Championship.
And the best thing ever is we're back next season.
Yeah, exactly. What more can you say? It's great. And Luke with videos as well.
Yeah, we're fully sponsored for next year, so that's out of the way.
To you, Cam, by the way.
Evening, Paul. We're going to get product placement next year.
Yes. Product placement. We've got our own store opening.
Luke will be back. The team will be back. What more can you ask, really?
Yeah. It is what it is. But I think overall, I thought the season's been good. We can't forget over a whole season. It's been a fantastic journey. We've had highs, we've had lows. Yeah, there's an anticlimax at the end of the season. Would have been nice to win a title. But the main thing is, everyone, who needs that trophy when you've got a cup? Promoted, going up, League One, Luton, Wickham, Leicester, AFC, Peterborough. The list goes on. Stevenage, potentially. So
Northampton. Oh no, they're not in
Cambridge. So quite a few local games.
Yeah. Swindon, where are they?
Exactly. Collins asked this question twice. He said, "Can we get Warren and the owner on together?" We are asking and we are hoping, but
we've spoken to Fahad and we also spoke to Mo. We spoke to Mo, and he said he watched the show occasionally. Thought it was crap. He watches it occasionally, But yeah, we spoke to both of them, didn't we? They were both very complimentary.
We did.
Anyway, like I said, the good news is we're back next year, aren't we?
Absolutely, we are. And we will be back for pre-season. So we'll be talking all things of the season ahead. We'll be talking all things fixtures. We'll be probably speaking to, I don't know, Mr. Luke Payne for a preview of the season build-up.
Yeah, because he's going to know more about some of these players than we are, aren't he?
He may be on League 2 lowdown, but he'll be on a League 1 lowdown with this show to talk about all things Dons.
Yeah.
There you go. It's all good. It's all...
For a minute there, but I've got you back now.
Good stuff.
Right, so we better wind it up, really. So we've got to thank the Casbah.
Always thank the Casbah. Thank him again, because without him, we wouldn't be here. And he's backed us again next season.
We've got to thank Luke.
Yep. Thank you, Luke. As always, it's a pleasure.
We've got to thank Luke's makeup artist.
Forget that. Ignore it. Ignore it, Luke.
Okay.
It's fine.
We've got to thank John for booking the people.
Thank Mr. John Harries, our booking agent. We've got to thank Chris again, Callum again, Ryan again for all the team talk input. Yeah. We appreciate you guys. But most importantly, we can't forget is you, the fans.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
You in a minute. Who make the show what it is with your comments, your input. We really appreciate you. We appreciate your comments, your passion, your input throughout the season. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've done putting this on. The input from Luke, as I say, the team talk guys, that adds a bit more spice and flavour. Again, a special thanks to all of our counterparts from the opposition teams.
That
have made this
show.
Some
great guests. We'll have some great guests.
Yeah, and as I say, don't forget the playoffs. If you're interested in football, there's a World Cup coming as well, so you can get to see that. You've got Colin over there.
Who?
Colin over there with his England supporter, me with my German family roots, so I'll be rooting for Germany.
Ireland did it?
Yeah. No, not at the moment. And Luke will be somewhere in between, no doubt, officiating. But there we go.
We couldn't do this show without people at home, could we?
100% no. 100% no. Dave says, been great watch, and it has been all season. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate the input.
And so there you go. There's a hint for you. If you don't want us to come back, don't watch.
Yeah, thanks for that, Cole. And again, thanks for Legends for the show. Tonight was brilliant as always. Thank you, Preston. Preston says, hey, have a great summer, lads. And someone did ask us who will win the League 2 playoffs. So, Charlie, a bit late to it probably, but watch it back on catch up. We've already given our predictions with the guys who came on from the opposing team.
Already done that. Yeah. We've already done that, Charlie.
Okay. Anyway,
Chesterfield,
I think that leaves us
Grimsby, and what did you say?
Chesterfield.
2 Chesterfields, 1 Grimsby. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
So that's a wrap then. That's the 25-26 season all over and done with. We're back next season. League 1 opposition. Like you said, Luton, Stevenage, Oxford, Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth. Peterborough. So yeah, be nice to go down to that asbestos-ridden stadium again. Just leaves one thing to say, really, doesn't it? Thanks for watching. And really and truly, that is it, isn't it? That is it. That is it. So, Lukey, say goodbye.
Goodbye, kiddo.
Goodbye, kiddo. Love it. Love it a bit. Aidan. Say goodnight, Aidan.
Good night, Aidan. And again, thanks for watching, everyone. You take care.
Good night from me, and thanks for watching. It's been special. Take care.
See you next season. See you in August.
In League 1.
In League 1. Enjoy your summer, guys. Take it easy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
fans.